Brought to you by a cup of coffee.
Oh.
Because I'm really tired.
Oh wait, no, it's not.
But I got a beer in
Yo.
the chamber, baby. Okay.
Did you change how everything looks?
There was a
Just gonna ask
big
about
update.
My player card looks super nice.
Yeah, big update, and took a lot of. It was kind of a pain, but not bad. Everything looks great. Everything still works, so I'm happy with it. All right. So what'd you guys do last week?
Sorry, I'm clearing my throat over here. If no one else is gonna speak, I'll jump into it. I believe we started our trek out of the village of Barovia into the. Is it Svalik Woods? Is that the southern Svalik Woods, or is it
Valak.
Svalik?
Phallic, I think.
Phallic Woods? Gotcha.
Or maybe it is phallic.
It's the phallic. It's the phallic words.
So we started our trek with Arena, who we were taken to Valaki.
It's a Romanian word. Spalic.
Svalic. Okay.
Spalic.
Yeah, we headed out of the village of Barovia. It was a bit later in the day, but we thought we could make it to this Ser pool before it got too late. On our way through, we had some chats with Arena. She warned us of this Gakis tribe before we entered, and how they value strength, how they'll usually ask for tribute. Oh, I'm sorry, we did swing by a cemetery. That's an important part. We saw the cemetery before we went into the woods, right?
Yes.
Where we saw a certain last name.
Yeah, you there,
Yes.
John? Oh.
Yeah, no, sorry. I've kind of just been sick all week and my throat hurt is killing me right now. Yeah, found that gravestone with the depiction of the two figures on it, one wielding a sunny bow and the other one having the crest of my family with the words inscribed in Celestial beside it.
We went into the woods after that. I think we just decided to leave those gravestones alone. Went into the woods. Were warned of the Gakis tribe. They sometimes come down from the mountains. They value strength and sometimes demand tribute if you pass through their area. We did end up running across them, which there was a hooded figure, hooded as in like a wolf's cloak, kind of over him, carving up a wolf in the middle of the road. We stopped. We tried to scout. We decided to walk up and be real men about it. You know, that's what they value. If they caught us sneaking, it might not have gone as well. I was a little afraid of that. Tried to say, hey, it's your kill, we're just passing through, no big deal. And he said 20 gold apiece. We kind of said, that's a steep offer. Said, I'll offer you a wager to wrestle me, and if you lose, all of your gold. And I said, how about just all of my gold? And then he agreed to that, fortunately. But ended up winning a wrestling match against Rogus, or Rogas. And then we found, I think it was Zekir? Zekir was his, seemed like his boss almost. Yeah, Zekir. He gave me a totem that says it'll allow us to pass through Gakis tribe's areas unharmed, as long as we present that to them. And I'll let someone else take over from there, maybe Joel, because I don't know.
Then we approached a crossroads, of which is one of the names of the session.
Okay.
With a small cemetery in the woods, and then a gallows. There is, I believe, one of the headstones had Jenny, her name on it, but it wasn't spelled correctly, I don't think. And Helene attempted to actually open the grave, and it was apparently magically protected in some sort. And then the gallows got real spooky and scared Ketham because he saw himself being hung from the gallows. So maybe he's got like a death kink now that he has been so close to death before. Maybe he's just seeing it everywhere he goes. That's
Kink.
my
I will-
little flavor on that.
I will add that the other two gravestones were Tad and Orin. Orin was the other vampire we ran into that we fought and killed earlier.
Yeah, and that one had been dug up. I think just that one had been dug up, not the other
Just
one.
that one.
I did not have those names.
It was like Orion or Orion or something like that.
Orion, I think was.
Yeah.
And then we approached the Vystani camp about nighttime, in which we were very rudely interrupted because it was story time. And the leader that was there, Darok, I believe was his name, or Darak, recounting the tale of the wizard and of Strahd's battle.
Stefan or Stefan.
No, Stefan. Oh, I'm sorry, Darok. Darok is the Vystani word for story time. That's right.
Oh yeah, they were doing a Darok or whatever.
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah. Sometimes my notes aren't super clear. Stefan was his name. Sophia was also seen, and then we were alerted to the presence after story time of Madame Ava, and then we went into Madame Ava's tent and got a fortune told. And I'll let someone else continue from there.
That was such a cool moment. The whole fortune telling.
That was cool. I'll take over. We got our fortune told. Each one of us. We had some tarot cards. Always some cards. I thought that was really, really nice. A nice touch. And then she asked us if anybody else had questions. A few of us had questions. One of the most pertinent ones was, have you seen a red-haired, groaning Ginny? She said they had, and they found her down the road, dead. I think the words were died alone, but not in fear. I believe that's what it was.
They didn't just find her, she was at the camp. They knew her.
Yes,
she said
they
she
knew
had
her.
to continue on with her quest, essentially. They warned her, and she went alone.
Yes. And they properly buried her in the burial we saw her in the burial site we saw earlier. Cast the protection spell so that nothing will dig her up, and give her a really nice burial. After that, we didn't really do much else. Correct me if I'm wrong. We all kind of shopped around a bit, looked for some things that we might have needed from the Vystani camp. I finally got the pearl that I was looking for the past 4 sessions. Let's go.
We got our horses and gear back.
Got our horses and gear back.
Sophia and Barry.
Judas tried to coerce Homegirl, but that wasn't working at all. In fact, it almost worked against our favor, but it worked out all right. We got everything back. We got Boris back, the horses, and we identified a couple items. A couple of you guys got some extra AC now, and we went to sleep.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Very good retelling. I'm curious. My biggest question is what you guys are gonna do now. But we'll go ahead
Me too.
and see how that goes. So you guys took your long rest. You did level up to level 4. Check your health, check your XP, and I mean, you guys are waking up here in the morning. You see some of the carts that were there during the night, seemingly left in the middle of the night, but most of the caravans are still there. Madame Ava's tent is still set up next to her caravan. Kind of awaking from sleeping amongst the camp, you see a few people are up and cooking food. Others are kind of, I don't know, taking their clothes out to the lake and washing them, or making drink or making coffee. What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm getting up as well and eating some ration. A good old piece of bacon. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, just I'm still wallowing in the loss that in Jenny's loss. So just sort of quiet, keeping to myself.
That does remind me they did have a lot of wine and drink for everybody, but you guys did eat your own food. So go ahead and burn a ration while you're at it.
Okay.
Do you guys actually roll to burn a ration?
You just click on the left and it
Usability?
extends it.
Okay, it does. Good. It used to not sometimes for me, so. But cool, it's fixed.
5 more?
I imagine I'll get up and kind of take a little wander around the outskirts of the camp, maybe find a nice quiet place and sit down, crisscross applesauce, and kind of just pull out my spell focus and kind of fall into it like a bit of a trance and use Find Familiar to conjure up the pseudo dragon.
Well, you already have him summoned, by the way. Are you just doing this for flavor?
That was it is a summoning each day at the beginning.
I'm familiar?
Yeah.
Where does it say that? I never knew that. I thought he just stuck around.
That one.
I don't think you have to recast it. He's with you until... Where does it say that at? You see it?
Interesting.
Until
Might have
he's dead
misread
or
something.
you dismiss him. Yeah, you don't have to cast it every day.
Okay, well, either way, it'll hide up under my cloak on my back.
Okay. And do keep in mind that's one of the spells that does cost some materials to cast. For the future.
Yep.
Characters. It's great.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good, doesn't it?
You have a little pop-out thing. It's kind of...
How much stress do we lose for long resting? I forget. And I know it's a different amount based on if we're in town or not. I assume this not counting as in town.
Yeah, no, this isn't. This would be considered kind of camp still. You're still a little on guard. You're in the woods.
Yeah.
And how much is it? It
I'm trying to
was.
Over 10 in the wilderness, 20 in a town or a city.
Correct.
Nope.
Yeah, did we already do that?
We
Doesn't
pretty
do
much are doing it now.
automatically, so
It does.
You gotta do
Well,
something.
yeah. I just don't remember if we did it.
So yeah, Jum's Find
Long
Familiar
rest.
will last forever until you dismiss it or cast a spell again to change it to a different creature.
Well, I hadn't actually physically casted it. I didn't think so.
When you first initially got it, I gave it to you. I had him summoned for free that first time.
Oh, I see.
But he's still kind of malingering around in your robes.
Mm.
Upper body only. Gee, Steven.
Even that's weird.
I mean, if we're just kind of doing roleplay type stuff, I think I'd be sitting there just kind of fiddling with gear, maintenance type stuff, kind of hanging out until everyone's ready to go. Not really much I have planned to do here, necessarily.
Yeah. Who had the essence, and what kind of essence was it, by the way? I don't have it in my... You do?
It's common.
It's a common essence? Do you happen to know if it's a type at all?
No, it's just common arcane essence.
Okay, arcane. Yeah, because there's arcane, divine, primal, and psionic. So, okay, arcane essence, common. Could I possibly, or rather, Vale, those cards from last night, they've gotten me a little inspired, and I realize I don't think I can quite replicate Madame Eva's handiwork unless I have a little bit of, the just to get it going a little bit. Maybe be able to imbue a little bit of the essence of the things that we've killed every once in a while. Could I ask you for that essence?
Yeah, you can have.
Yeah,
Since
fuck
now
it.
I know I don't
I,
have.
I don't think I can do anything with common ones.
Okay. I can, and now I realize I don't have to spend gold to
I
craft, so
do. I do
now I
have
can.
wildly good things to do with better essences, though.
Yeah,
Just
same.
FYI.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
I don't even have anything to do with my other ones right now, so.
Whenever I get out of bed, I'm just gonna kind of go sit down next to Kalain and just kind of say, uh, how's it going, man? Just kind of very hesitant and
Well, being honest, it's pretty shitty. I feel terrible. Don't feel good at all.
and then I'm just gonna kind of look at him and just say, we're gonna get that son of a bitch back.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. And at this point, I'm just trying to remember all the fond things, the fond memories of my sister. Do you want to hear one?
I do.
Back when I was 7, she must have been 4 or so. I was never allowed to have any dessert, being the bastard son that I am. But Dallin, Ginny, of course, they had some. So whenever dessert time came, I usually went out to the training grounds, got my little practice sword, and I started swinging it. Um, then one day, Ginny comes jogging down to the training grounds, and she always had this fucked up hair, just everywhere, red hair, just wild, disheveled. But she had this grin, as if she just pulled out the biggest heist ever. So, look at her, say, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Cal, do you want some cake?" And I said, I look around and wasn't holding any cake. This little shit pulls out what used to be a piece of cake is now frosting and bread from a pocket. And then we sat down just eating cake, talking about the good times and about how life's a little unfair sometimes, but each got to roll with it. And ever since that day, we've never missed a dessert time while I was there or she was there. And that's what I'm going to miss the most. She was such a sweet girl, very lovely, very kind, and always made me laugh and smile. Now, I have a duty as a monster hunter to cleanse this land of anything that's hurting it. That includes Strahd, but now there's extra motivation for my sister. I will say for you all as well, for us to stop this because we've gone too far now. We're in it, and I'll make sure that I can protect you all. I can protect my brother especially, because I do not want to lose another person.
I'm gonna like kind of pat him on the back and say, I of all people know what it's like to lose family. So if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'll happily lend an ear. And I'll kind of like get up and give him a little bit of space.
Give him one of
Give
these.
him one of these.
Think of it. We should probably get on the. I'll kind of get up from my main. Working on stuff. What do you all think about getting on the road to Veliki? Long march ahead of us. Anything else that anyone wanted to do here? We need to be on our way.
How
the sun's
how
up.
urgent? How urgent are we to get on the road?
I'd rather not
Like,
burn daylight walking through these woods.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What is it that you need,
Yeah.
Judas?
I just may want to spend some extra time with Madame Ava. Purely flavor. Just was curious if we were heading out right away or doing more camp things.
I was just trying to get us underway. I feel like that's what
Okay.
Dallin would do if it's bright out. He's like, "Let's go."
Yeah, gotcha.
Man on a
True.
mission usually.
Yeah. But no, like if we're ready to go, I'm good to go. Can I craft on the road, by the way?
Nope.
No? Okay.
There's some things that require you could do checks, and they're constant, like making a potion and stuff is fine, but a lot of other things like what you're gonna try to make, you can't be traveling while doing it.
Gotcha.
The
Nope,
merchant that we saw last time briefly. I'm just kind of curious if I could just quickly buy any charcoal, incense, or herbs off of him quickly.
Pretty easy to find amongst the caravan folk. About 10 gold's worth. Is that what you're looking for?
Yep, give or take.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Make
by
an
fire in the
item for it.
Rasmus
Just
ear.
label it. Find familiar ingredients or whatever you want to call it, components. I will say that while you're pondering whether you want to go talk to Madame Ava again, you do see man, my brain. One second.
Surely not the guy with the top hat.
That would be, yeah, he's there.
Just
you do
constantly
see-
just around.
You see Irina kind of like you see she's out front of this tent. You do see Madame Ava, who is remarkably younger outside of her tent. She's speaking with Irina, and they're kind of like holding hands, and it seems as if Madame Ava is speaking to her, and Irina's kind of nodding her head. You see her kind of gesture, kind of her body language as a thank you, Irina does, and she turns to rejoin you guys. So, where are we going?
You said who looks much younger? Ava does? Ava did?
Madame Ava did. Like, whereas she appeared as a grandmother, now she appeared to be, like, late adulthood.
That's cool. Little disguised self. Ooh.
Well, if no one else has anything to be doing, we should probably be off to Maliki while the sun's up. Travel during the day, rest at night.
I agree.
Don't want
Better
to
not
waste
to
too
risk.
much, yeah.
Well, let's go then.
Real quick, how do we add stuff to our inventory? That adamantine ingot isn't there anymore. I don't have a way of adding something.
Yeah, I was wondering
You
that
click,
about
click the little green lock, and it should allow you to edit.
Oh.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, the adamantite, wasn't that in your wagon? Didn't you move all that over?
Was it? It might have been.
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh,
It's in the
okay.
wagon.
I didn't realize I'd put it in the wagon. My bad.
Silver scraps and adamantine ingot is in there with cook utensils, some leather armor.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna move some of this other stuff. I can just send to players, send a standard cart, right?
Yeah,
I think it works.
it worked for me.
The cart isn't a player. I'm just gonna try and drag and drop it.
Oh. Guess I was doing this morning.
Oh, it adds it if you drag and drop, but it doesn't delete. Just delete as I drag and drop. Moving 3 metals. Cool. I'm just putting all the all the crafting.
It's not showing up as a player for you?
I'm not able to from. I see that. I see the standard horse card is sending you something.
I think it was before money, but because I was able to send my stuff early in the campaign.
Yeah, I just have
guess
Colleen,
that's
Vale,
something.
Cutham, Judas.
Okay, and I will say I don't want to like blindside you guys, but like your mounts and your cart are, if you get attacked or ambushed, those things could they can be targets.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want anybody to be blindsided if their pony dies or their ass.
It's a mule. God damn.
So you guys are hitting the road and you're heading toward the direction of Valaki.
Yes.
Okay.
We do have the map, right?
Yeah.
So there's one up there.
Money, is it possible to go through that checkered line, or do we have to go back and then go through the main old Slavic road?
The checkered line is it's pretty rough terrain through the forest.
Gotcha.
You can asking kind of somebody nearby. They mention how difficult the terrain is, but they go through it from time to time.
We pass through this. Do we just follow the river, or does the trail venture far from it?
Comes and goes from the river. You see it go into the woods, and it veers back towards the river. If you don't see the river for a long time, I'd be a little worried.
I'll take the rough trail. According to this map here, it'd be quite the shortcut if we're able to make it through.
It does start to get really mountainous. This map doesn't really show it, but like I'll draw
Elevation.
a circle. I kind of realized this a couple days ago when I was going through and doing some stuff. Like all of this is a mountain range. I'll show you. I'll show you
Oh.
like the actual map that comes with the module. I don't have it up on here, but this is actually this entire trail is all mountain. So I don't know why I didn't do that. So
That would make sense with like falls.
yeah.
not like
So
a valley.
there's a waterfall. The reason they call it Tesser Falls is there's a waterfall over there.
Is
And
it
it's-
here?
That makes sense.
Yeah, and it's absolutely massive. It's a big mountain range.
We're
Okay.
at like the bottom of that, starting to kind of go up
Yeah.
a bit. Okay.
And I will say too, keep your cards in mind as well, in case I know that all kind of happened so fast. But those are all in your journals under the players folder. There's a Taraka cards journal. Those all have clues and stuff in them that you guys should all know very well, I hope. Okay.
Well, guys,
Yeah,
first
thank
thing we should look at is what you seek lies at the crossroad of life and death among the gallows and buried dead.
I was about to say, do we want to go back to those gallows?
Yeah.
That seemed very much.
It's a little on the nose, right?
Yeah, it could be a little bit more. Yeah.
Doesn't
But
hurt to
the
check. We're going-
crossroad of life and death could be other places too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we don't know that this is correct, but
I
literally
mean,
gallows at a
we're-
crossroads where dead people lie. So, I mean, I say
Is
we
it?
leave
Was it here?
Yeah, it was back here.
Yeah, we're going back anyway, right? Because I don't think with the car we can
Not
go
necessarily.
uphill.
Oh, it's just rough terrain. He said we could. I mean, we're going through the mountains one way or another. The cart. I mean,
Yeah.
we can still travel this path, right, Money? Like, it's just rougher.
They do say it is very difficult to traverse. Whereas this is like the regular road. Oh, I have the wrong thing. Like this big windy road is like a legit like paved road for the most part.
I'll
There's
leave
some
that up
parts
to
that
you
you've
guys.
noticed that have been patchy and dirt and stuff, but
We also have to think
Cool,
about
dude.
kind of taking the sneakier way so we don't
Yeah.
get caught.
I would say, from Dallin's point of view, he wants to get to Valaki ASAP, but now knowing that it is actually his sister's grave, going back and paying some respects would probably also be something he really wants to. But he's got a mission, so he's kind of, either way. So I'll go either way on this one, guys.
I think I would probably want to go back as well, purely because it's too on the nose to not check it.
Well, when we'll be back this way.
Yeah.
I just want an easy road to travel on. That's all I want. So.
I'm
You can
adamantly
buy my horse
against
there,
going
it's
back.
fine.
No, I'm just kidding.
My own horse.
I would rather go pay respects to Jenny if that's okay by you all.
Yeah, let's do it.
Of course.
Am I the only one without an animal?
Yeah, sorry, man.
You are an animal.
True.
Vale doesn't have a. Did you have a
He has a horse.
Vale? You did? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put yours in there. You have a horse. I forgot.
Because you're big and strong, Ketham.
Ketham,
What's-
you're just some dirtbag, you know,
I'm a hobo.
Hoofing it.
right in the wagon. So whose horse is pulling the wagon?
I think it's my
It's-
horse.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure
probably
it's Boris.
the mule, right? I mean,
Mule, yeah, it's got the most
no
tugging
offense
power.
to Boris. But
What?
Hey, there are horses that you might be able to buy from the Vystani, if you'd like.
do they have some? Oh yeah, there was a whole whole flock of them, a whole murder of horses over there.
Murder of horses?
Just want to leave that. I mean,
that's
if
that's
it's
a fair
there, you
point.
could
Good.
probably buy it.
Do the merchants or yeah? Let's ask around. That's worth asking.
You see, like, one man kind of tending to some of the horses. He's kind of just cleaning off the hooves a bit with what looks like a little small pointed dagger, cleaning out mud and other things.
I mean, to the group. I mean, this is like, do y'all want to go see if he has something?
How
Have
much
them,
for
and
a
then we
horse?
could, we have the cart that one person could ride on, type thing.
How much
Irina
for a
needs spot.
horse
I was gonna offer
to-
my horse to her.
How much for a horse to pull the wagon? So
Well, if you try to pull the wagon, get yourself a draft horse or maybe one of these riding horses here. I also have ponies. Riding horse is going to be about 80 gold pieces. Draft horse, that old shit over there, maybe 55 gold pieces. Much of you seem to be too big for a pony. I do have another ass out in the wood. He sells for about 9 gold pieces.
Would he
Uh,
possibly
I mean-
pull the cart or no? I don't know these things.
Well, he can't pull as much as a horse, but he can pull a lot. Not really great at galloping or running or nothing like that, but sturdy enough pull a wagon, sure.
You
Sounds
say
like
that the
pretty fair.
that draft horse is You say that the draft horse is an old and getting looks a little haggard. I've seen plenty of horses along the way up here. I don't think he's worth 55. Could you go as low as maybe 40?
Make a persuasion check.
The first one of the new one. Bam!
Ooh.
40 gold. I don't see why not. 40 gold's fair.
Okay. Guys,
us
pay the man 40 gold. I'll give him 10.
I'll give him 10 as well.
I'll give him 10 too.
I will also give him 10.
Oh, wait, what?
I'll pay for the ass for 9.
And ride it.
I've got my own horse, but we Ketham needs something, and Irina sorta she could ride in the cart. I'm just trying to think of everyone here.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's plenty of room for her for both of them in the cart, but you guys buying another mule, or I'm sorry, draft horse for 40 gold. That's I still need 20 more gold.
You got 10 from me, 10 from.
Wait, do I need to like throw it
Just-
to somebody or something?
And
No,
from all of them.
Ketham and
I-
Judas have spent 10.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
find.
Les.
Oh, it's at the bottom now. Okay,
It
my
just
bad.
did.
Yeah.
He said he offers the mule for 9. He says
For
it's
9 gold.
okay. I'm not gonna try and haggle with him. I'll pay the 9 for the mule.
You guys have a herd of animals.
Put the mule on the cart, and then we give the draft horse to Ketham, so we kind of each have our own mount.
Sure.
That's kind
Okay,
of what I
sure.
was. Because
Another
I
9
assume it'll
gold
affect
and-
our travel speed, right? If we're all mounted, at least to an extent.
If you want to like speed up a bit, sure. There are disadvantages at moving at faster paces, but you can travel further and not, you can. It adds a certain amount of distance you can travel
Mile
before you
type
start
thing.
getting exhausted. Correct. It
think
increases
that's-
your distance
I think
and
that's
speed. But
worth 49 gold.
the mules aren't that fast, so you're as fast as your slowest animal, unless you're trying to leave everybody behind.
Okay,
But a
Mountain
mule
Blade.
pulling a. Hmm? Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I
I was
mean that's the
making
way
a
it
Mountain
works.
Blade joke. No, I know.
But yeah,
That's
a
exactly
mule
what I was
pulling
thinking
a
about.
wagon is definitely going to be a little over walking speed, sure. Probably get a couple more miles out of your day on smooth roads.
Okay, I have. Oh, it does a message now when you change your gold.
Yeah, so I can see if people
Oh.
are stealing from me.
Oh, yeah, keep an eye on Judas, all right?
I
I
don't know.
haven't done anything yet.
You
You built a reputation for yourself.
All right, I will make a note of that and do all that stuff. Add mounts. I don't feel like doing it now.
I'll put the mule on the cart, and then I'll offer Arena my horse if she's more comfortable there. Or
I don't
guess
know
I can
how to
role play it.
ride a horse.
You know how to ride
Very
in the back of
well.
a cart?
Yes, I can do that.
He
Turns away and walks towards the wagon.
Could you potentially guide the mule from the cart?
I can try.
I can handle it if not, but just thought I'd ask.
I've never done it.
You don't know how to ride a horse?
Don't rub it in,
No.
Lane.
I've lived in the same village my whole life. What would I need a horse for?
I'm not for fun.
Does it look like people have fun around here?
Not at all. That's why
They
you
eat
need a horse.
pastries and drink wine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you have any fun at all. That's why you need a horse in your life.
That's a good point, I suppose.
I'll teach you how to ride a horse.
Well, so she's not under pressure. I will drive the cart, and I will walk my horse next to cart and wagon, or the cart.
Okay.
And then I'll just have mine tied to the side. If I need a mount, I have a mount. You can ride behind me.
So, what direction are you guys going?
Back
going
Go
to
back to here.
Crossroads.
Southeast.
All right, going south. So as you guys kind of discuss this, kind of an hour has kind of gone by, buying these horses, communicating, hanging around the fire, eating your food, and getting everything packed up and ready, putting your stuff in the wagon, and you begin to say your goodbyes. A few of the Vystani people kind of still coming out of like a hangover, a drunken slumber a bit, kind of like giving you one of these and then going back to sleep. And even as you guys are getting up and mounting up, you see Madame Ava kind of emerge from her tent. Miraculously, as I said earlier, younger. She kind of gives you all kind of like a little bit of a nod and kind of taps her head and points at her eye and gives another nod. Basically, just keep an eye out. And the journey, you begin to see as the sun kind of comes up, more light floods into the woods a bit, and you can see that fog kind of sitting deep in the woods. Not at an alarming pace or anything, but pretty typical of this type of terrain to see fog this early in the morning. This kind of a cool fall morning. And the journey that you backtrack, well, let's go ahead and change that. The journey to backtrack down is short and familiar. You guys are used to this trail you've been through before, you recognize it. But the fog has returned. You do see it as it begins to kind of seep in, expanding throughout the woods as the day heats up a bit. Satisfied to remain in the woods, the fog doesn't come anywhere closer to the road, but it lingers menacingly. A cool wind kind of shifts and penetrates the woods and blows past your party, kind of standing your neck hairs up as it's just a very cold brush of wind. The trees groan and ache in response. The breeze itself brings scents of pine and a hint of what can only be compared to a cobwebbed attic. It's a real musty kind of odd smell to have out in the wilderness. A bit of stuffiness even. It passes, and you notice that there are very little signs of life. Per the same when you guys came through here. There are no birds chattering, there's no howling. Contrary to the sound of travel, you don't hear an owl, even though I just did that while I was describing this. However, going down a familiar bend and coming to a familiar branch, you see another raven upon the same branch that you'd seen previously. Its eyes are on your party as you approach, almost giving a quizzical look.
A what?
A quizzical look.
No,
Kind of-
before that.
He's
raven.
looking at you.
Another
on
raven?
the same branch looking at us, giving us a
Oh, that.
quizzical
Yeah,
look.
it's another.
Kind of
raven.
want to shoot his ass.
Hey, Getham,
What's up?
bet you won't shoot his ass.
Oh, I'll shoot his ass. I try to shoot his ass.
Okay.
Guys,
No.
there's no reason to kill these things. These are good birds.
My card says the ravens can help you find it, so I was gonna see if I could have any sort of interaction.
Okay, I will not shoot its ass.
I mean, Strahd could very well be looking through them, who knows, but I'll call out to the raven and kind of not Dallin is not the type of person to know this magical fortune teller-esque type stuff, so him not really knowing how to treat this just kind of calls out, he kind of thinks to himself, Ava said something about the ravens leading me to this holy symbol. Raven, you there?
Oh,
Do you know of a holy symbol near an ancient tree?
see
Atop
its head?
a hill of undead? Buried dead? No, buried dead.
You see its head kind of turn like left to like get an eye on you, and it does like that bird thing where they're super like jittery, but it's kind of snap their head around while they look, and it kind of like looks directly at you. You see it nod.
I'm the only one that just saw that.
No, it definitely
Right.
happened. I think.
Raven, where might this ancient tree be? Could you...
And it
point
does
me
that
in the
weird kind of
direction?
head thing, but doesn't give you any sort of answer.
Could you look in the direction of this tree for me? Maybe point me in the right way?
It nods.
Could you do that now?
It kind of like snaps its head around and then like looks a specific direction, and then it kind of like flaps its wings a little bit. And he's looking north. Northwest. A bit.
Okay.
It kind of jumps around the branch a little bit, gets its bearings, but then it finally looks a specific direction, flaps its wings, and then kind of looks back at you.
And I'll kind of point, just the point in the way that he looked and said, and I'll just say, northwest then, yes? Not knowing how to talk to a raven. Thank you, Mr. Raven. I appreciate that.
And it kind of like shifts its head over towards Judas, kind of quizzically moving its head.
Well, now he's being friendly, unlike earlier.
It's almost
Hello.
like you can only answer yes or no questions.
I just tried to make friends with birds. That's all. Usually they're pretty nice to me. Not in this land. What was let's see here. Is there another gallows bird? Anywhere other than where we're going? Like,
It nods its head, and then hits up, jumps, and flutters off into the woods.
well, that was a lot of help.
I don't know.
Very broad question there, Judas.
You start wide,
Goodness,
and
there's
then
a
you
lot of
get
gallows.
narrow.
The medieval
There's a lot of
fantasy was
gallows, Judas.
everywhere.
Oh, you.
Gallows in the backyard.
Very specific places.
Everyone's
was
got one in
getting-
the closet, like a cornhole board to bring it out.
Let's break out the gallows, everyone!
I was getting there.
That was
Yeah.
helpful.
Oh, northwest
continue
of
down-
this location. Keep my eye out for an ancient tree.
You continue down the road. The cemetery that you had been to before, drawing near. The road opens up into the familiar clearing of the cemetery. Though the wind periodically shouts at you, seemingly in haunt, you begin to hear the sound of whistling. A cheery tune, just up ahead, coming from the graveyard. As you round the corner, atop one of the 3 newer tombstones, you see a familiar figure. Her black armor gleaming in what little sunlight penetrates the woods. She sits upon your sister's tombstone. Before her, the grave is dug up. And she sees you on the road. And she shouts. And you recognize this person as Callista. She says, "Ah, I didn't expect to see you here. Did you get lost, little pups? Go down the wrong road?"
You're saying Ginny's grave is dug up, or the one next to Ginny?
The one, Jenny's grave is dug up. She's sitting on the tombstone.
Where is she?
I thought we slayed you, foul beast. You do upon my sister's grave.
And she laughs. "Oh, well, you destroyed my little pet. And after hearing so much about your purpose here, I figured I'd return the favor. Her bones may make a fine jello, or maybe Master will make a flesh walker out of her for our amusement."
Dallin's drawn his weapon. I don't know what you guys are doing, but he's reaching for his warhammer right now.
"Oh, I bet that burned a little. Ta-ta for now." And she jumps off the tombstone, and she begins to retreat into the woods.
How far away are we?
60 feet.
A blaster!
Yeah, can I frickin' let one loose at her?
I started as soon as she got up. I'm running like foul vengeance that she will die. How dare she?
Yeah.
So along the edge of the graveyard is the immediate forest. She takes off and she begins to get into the woods, and you guys can all try to take an action. Feel free to, but she is going into the trees and it might be a little difficult.
I'm gonna blast her.
If you need target, I will, because we're all on the map, yeah.
Is this gonna like do something with cover? Because with sharpshooter, cover doesn't apply to me anymore.
That'll help. Give me a second here.
If you all let me.
Oh wait, I should probably actually grab her card because she has specific armor values. I didn't think about that on the map. Uno momento.
Safe. You said it first. I have some.
There she is. Not that button. That off. Alright, so you should be able to target that. Maybe that'll work. Go ahead and make your attack. See if it doesn't work, let me know. We'll just roll a d20 or whatever.
How does sharpshooter work exactly? Do I have to activate sharpshooter to get the -5 + 10, or it does it every time I shoot?
You say it that you're using that feature.
Okay, I'm not.
So you
gonna
can
use that feature right now.
Okay. So that will kind of come slamming into her shoulder, and she kind of laughs. It hits the armor, but you kind of, as she's running, you see it kind of fall off. Like, it doesn't actually penetrate her skin or anything like that. And I imagine there's 2 other projectiles coming through. Go ahead and make your attacks, guys.
I'm gonna do mine last, but it has to be within 60 feet. So I don't know how this is gonna work with her like running away. But
You all get a chance to do this.
Okay.
That's completely fine. Yeah. So roll your damage too.
Oh yeah.
Both of us?
Everybody that hits.
Mine is a
Veil
saving
hits.
throw, I think.
Wait, did I hit?
Yeah, you hit.
You said you hit.
Yeah, no targets to save, it said.
What's the saving throw she has to make?
Oh,
Oh, I didn't target first, my bad.
yeah, it's not that too. I didn't try it either.
Intelligence saving throw.
I had her targeted, and now she's not.
Nope. Oh, that's an initiative.
No.
Did you target her and click the spell?
You want me to
Mr.
do it
Mason?
again?
Yeah, you have to target her first, then click it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That way it prompts.
I did do crit at first, so.
Yeah, man, you guys are putting out the damage.
Oh,
She's
man.
dead, right?
A lot of this ends up being half, except for the spells, if you remember. But no. You kind of hear her shout out in pain, but also kind of laughing through it.
The thing I wanted to do as they're doing all of that, I'm gonna yell, "Halt!" And I'm gonna use my channel divinity. She has to be within 60 feet. You said she's right at about that, right?
Mhm.
Would this be okay?
Sure.
I'm gonna abjure enemy. I'll have one of these a day. But of course, it doesn't post it. She needs to make a wisdom saving throw, and if she's a fiend or undead, she has disadvantage. On failure, she's frightened and her speed is reduced to 0. If she succeeds, her speed is halved. But if y'all damage her, it stops it. So that's why I was like, I'm going last. Because y'all ruined this last time I tried. So I'm just going to scream that you all hear this rage from Dallin's voice as he yells, "Halt!" As he's kind of charging towards her, and I'm going to channel this.
I am just looking at a few things before we move forward with that real quick. You never know what people are going to do.
Athena.
Okay.
Just seeing if this actually posts.
So, I'm sorry, it was a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, which it's only a 12, but if she's a fiend or undead, she has disadvantage.
So yeah, she fails that as she gets 60 feet into the woods. She can't be frightened, so she stops in her tracks, and she seems to like not be able to quite move. She's like shaking her head as like the laughter kind of leaves. You kind of hear her groan a bit.
Yeah, I was just making sure the frightened isn't the thing that causes the speed to be. It says you're frightened and its speed is reduced. Okay, so the speed is reduced, I think. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't based off of being frightened. She has 0 speed for a minute, or until she takes damage.
Nah, I won't do that to you. So yeah, you find
What
her.
you gonna do, man?
She kind of like stops inside the woods for a minute. What are you guys doing? That's how long it lasts.
I'm running. I say, "Don't shoot!" And I'm running at her. I'm just saying, "You damage her. The spell is weakened." And I'm
60 feet. You gotta run. So you're gonna run and then you're gonna action dash.
so I don't know what my plan is. I didn't expect that to actually work.
Can one of us on the horse like gallop there?
I mean, this is
Yeah,
all
that's fine.
graveyard. To give you an
Like
idea, it's
woods, right?
graveyard, wooden, stone. She's in the woods. It's not like a clear path to you can even get a horse through it. Much left to draft horse.
I mean, I'm just like, as I say, don't damage her. You know, it'll weaken the spell. I'll also yell out, "So give us a chance to close!" And I'm just gonna, I'm gonna dash towards her.
Okay.
I'm trying
So
to
you
cut
run
her off.
towards her. She's finding herself unable to move. You
I
already
will-
see some of the wounds and things that she has on her are already closing up.
I'll dash with him, probably a little bit behind him just because he got a head start, but I'll do mage armor at the same time.
Okay.
I'm going to, I'll just ready an action. Like if she starts to move, I'm gonna fire another one.
Yeah, I'll close another like 30 feet And
Yes.
ready in action as well.
Yeah, same.
Will
As
I
you
dash
approach,
up
she
to her?
laughs in your face once more after she kind of shakes off what would have been a frightened effect. And she sees you kind of running up and she begins to laugh harder. Like maniacally.
Maniacally.
Maniacally, thank you. I don't think I've ever said that word in my life. Maniacally.
Like, is this like as I'm on, like, up to her, pretty much?
Yeah, as you run up to her, you kind of come running up on her, and she's just kind of laughing periodically, kind of holding her gut as she laughs, and she thinks this is absolutely hilarious. What are you doing?
Get in front of her, like cutting her off the way that she was trying to run. And then I'm trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I didn't actually expect that to work.
I didn't either. Let's
Even
go.
with the disadvantage, I mean, I'm gonna look to Kalain as we just maybe have like a moment there. I know it's a minute, but you know, kind of in this moment. And I think Kalain's just gonna see rage on my face. You know, kind of what's the word I'm looking for now? Disrespecting the grave of our sister like that, and obviously having her being the potentially one to dig her up. I'm gonna pull out my warhammer and try to smash her in the face while she's not moving. I don't know what else.
Money, while he's doing that, can I just recollect what I've learned about vampires and what we can do to stop them from moving or doing anything like concerning holy water or holy symbols?
Are you gonna use? You're using that bonus action dealio?
Yeah, I think it will. If you're
I'm surprised I didn't prepare that. Give me a second. I'll give you some stuff.
yeah.
The not
some
big
more-
Bob's Big Book of Beasts.
Some more intimate details. The fact that she's not dead. You recollect readings the difference between vampires and vampire spawn. She's noticeably weaker than most vampires that you've ever seen, maybe, if you have, or heard about, read about. However, the fact that she's not dead is a clear indicator that she's not a vampire spawn. That in order to kill a vampire properly, they need to be killed in their place of rest. And that is specifically a stake to the heart, piercing weapon made of wood. If it is driven into a vampire's heart while the vampire is incapacitated, in its resting place, the vampire is paralyzed until the stake is removed. That is what you know.
How does holy water affect them?
Holy water is a specific liquid that is made by clerics, and that it can be used as an improvised weapon, ranged weapon. Upon hitting a fiend or an undead, it can do radiant damage, specifically 2d6. Clerics and paladins can create holy water by performing a special ritual.
Oh, yeah.
It takes 1 hour to perform and 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver.
I didn't know that I could do that. Okay, cool.
I didn't either.
Good to know.
We learned something. Write that down so I don't forget about it.
Yeah.
That might be something useful for you. And I'll update your field guide with a vampire thing with details for that. Specifically expanding upon how that bonus actions work, you do get to identify a specific weakness of this individual, or not necessarily a weakness, but a specific trait, judging by her armor and how well it's put together. That, well, I don't want to say she's obviously not. She takes half damage on any non-magical damage. but her AC is 15.
Gotcha. Okay.
Pulling up my Warhammer, I don't know if Colleen, you were gonna say something or do something with that.
As I'm running up, I'm trying to recollect that vampire info, and I'm also pulling out my short sword. I'll yell out to you though, like, brother, let's see if we can drag her out of this. Get her back to the rest of the group.
Okay. With that being said, how do I see the actual more detail?
No damage, right?
She's not damaged if I'm in it though. That doesn't mean she can't do other things. She could be sitting there biting my neck the whole time I'm carrying her or something, you know what I mean?
I mean, you should probably tackle her and tie her up.
That's kind of what I was leaning towards, but I don't know what we're gonna do with her.
Yeah, this wasn't so
You
unexpected.
captured her. What you doing with her?
Yeah, no, let me look at my inventory super quick. So what did you say to me, Clean? Because Dallin doesn't know this. He's about to smack the shit out of her. What did you say? We should bring her back.
Bring her back, tie her up, pull her, whatever the case is. We need to get her back to the group.
Why? She desecrated our sister's corpse.
Because
Why should I not slay her here again?
Because whatever we do now is a waste. She's a vampire, not a vampire spawn. She won't die. She'll keep coming back. But what we can do is tie her up and torture her and get more information out of her.
He's kind of like holding his hammer ready to hit, but he trusts Clayton. Oh. You can kind of tell he's upset. Put his hammer down. Supposed to have any reaction to all this? She's just laughing, I assume.
She's kind of ceased her like crazy laughter and kind of holds her hands out like, "Oh, I surrender. I surrender. Please don't harm me." Sarcastically.
I'm gonna put manacles on her.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll use
I
my
just
on
want
her
to
legs.
say,
On her arms. I put manacles on her.
don't you think that
Manacles.
Callista is probably connected to Strahd somehow? Do you think it's probably wise to have something that he is paying attention to and know where she is and have her right by us?
Yes, do you think I care right now?
He's so smart.
He seemed to understand and know where you were before, and you don't seem to go very far without him.
She looks at you, Kalain, as the monocle, the manacles that you put on her wrist. She says, "Monster Hunter, get your book out and write this down." And you see her click her tongue, and she fades into a black mist. Her whole body just kind of shunts into like this black mist as it swirls around, and then she shoots out into the woods, and your manacles fall to the ground.
Vampire bitch.
For flavor, I'm gonna swing the shit out of my hammer through the mist.
That exact moment.
Two-handed. Yeah, I'm just like screaming in rage.
And and she goes out of sight. Any projectiles you guys are, if you're attacking or shooting at her, go through it, blow up against the trees or anything along those lines. She kind of flows it through the woods, and off in the distance, above the canopy, high in the air, you do spot a bat as it flies eastward.
We will catch our brother. So don't call us the dog that caught the car, Steven. Shut up. We're trying to roleplay our characters. Come on.
No, it's just funny because it's just like that's literally it. Like, we never heard that as the idiom?
Yeah, I have. I'm just saying, come on, man. I'm trying to play my character.
No. Like, it's a... Like, I don't know.
Like
because I didn't think
Dallin
it gets
knows any
far.
better with his 8 intelligence or whatever.
Frustratingly, she escapes you guys, and the graveyard cemetery goes quiet again.
I'll put my hand on Dallin's chest, look him straight in the eye, and tell him, "We'll catch that bitch.
We will.
I know you feel the pain, as do I. And I hate to be the one to say this, but we can't think so rashly like this. Could have been bit. Could have turned into a vampire.
Tried once already. She bit me earlier.
Yeah, but
I will
not like
have
that.
her. Hammer
You will
smashed
have her.
through her chest.
Stop thinking with your hammer. And please just don't do anything risky. Lost one, can't lose another.
She is going to die, brother. The
I
whole
know.
Strahd and all of the things that have torn this place asunder, killed our sister.
I understand. They will. Let's go back now.
See him just like the like white knuckled grip on the warhammer. Just like he didn't reholster it, he's just like squeezing the shit out of the hand.
While all this is going on, I'm gonna kind of like look around for what's his name, Orion. Like, what was her butt buddy that was always running around with her?
Orion?
Is it Orion?
Orion?
We ran into
Orion?
once. Her butt buddy that was always running around with her. Orion, yeah.
Looking, what are you looking? You're looking for him?
Yes, because I'm just assuming that they'd be together since that's the only time I've seen them.
If that's what you're looking for, just a quick glance around. There's no, but she did mention you destroying her little pet, is what her words were.
Money, any more insight into vampire transformations that I get from the book? Or that I've read from any books?
That is something that is not in your book.
Okay.
And comes as quite a shock and surprise.
Also, that was
Oh.
a stab in the dark about the whole like links between them, but it's just like, oh, I bet she was made by Strahd, so Strahd knows where she is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like,
But trust me as a player, I'm thinking that, but Dallin definitely is not. So
yeah. I
Yeah, no,
want to keep
no
whatever
sign
I was
of
going to say.
Orion, and the grave is still empty. His grave.
I'm gonna piss in it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I wonder if we should ask this question, but I wonder if like where these three were found, if Tab and Orion were found in the same area, but too late to talk about that. Tab might be another one of those victims that turns into a vampire later or something.
Do we notice anything about the grave other than it being dug up? Obviously, is there any sort of remains, anything that we notice out of place with it, other than just being an empty dug up grave?
Of which one?
Ginny's.
Kind of looking in it, just crudely dug up. Obviously, shovels. You even see some claws. Kind of claw marks.
Like claws that were digging the dirt up from above.
From above. Yeah, you don't
We
really
know
see.
these.
I mean, you can make an investigation check. There's some detail that I was gonna.
I was gonna say just if there's anything.
Can I help him with that?
So I feel like Clayne and I would both be.
Sure.
Looking
You gotta
this
do it
place
with an
out.
advantage.
Okay, cool.
Or I'm sorry, it's advantage. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's +2 normally, right?
Oh, I should have done
Normally
that.
it's +2.
Well, get in there, man.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on.
No.
Yeah, even with the 2, like I said, it's obvious that the dirt was dug from above. There's not really somebody forcing their way with dirt and a lot of dirt remaining. It's pretty well excavated, rather than something like trying to dig itself out or something.
I'm gonna look to the group, and I assume Clayne will be with me on this. Would you all mind if we have some time here to go to a grave back? And I'm gonna pull out the little vial with her hair. There's not much left of it, but Clayne, should we bury this here or keep this?
Keep it. I'll need that later. If she's
What are
missing,
you gonna do? Oh, what the fuck?
if she's missing, I can use some magic later to find her.
Brother, she's
Just
dead.
keep it for now.
Not missing, she's gone.
Just keep it for now. But I do have her ring that we can bury here. And that'll serve as her body for now until we can properly bury her. If that's okay by you. Okay.
How long would it take to...
Blaine, give me an Arcana check, by the way. With that, what you just said. I don't know if you're aware or not. You do know by possessing her hair, scrying is a spell you heard of that requires that sort of material to locate things that you're looking for. It might not be a spell you have now, I'm not sure. I didn't look, but if you don't have it, you do know of it.
Well, I'll pass the hair over to him in that case. But how long would it take us to... I know nothing's in here, but how long would it take us to rebury the grave?
Not long. All the dirt's there. There's still some shovels around. Does not take near as long as digging. It's simple as maybe 20 minutes. It's really not that hard to fill in a massive hole.
Bethlehem Judas, do you mind if we take some time here to cover her grave back up?
That's gonna
Whatever
walk
you need
off.
to do.
With that, yeah, Dallon's gonna grab a shovel and just try to make it look as presentable as possible, even though this is a terrible place and a terrible grave next to a gallows. It's what was left of her in his eyes, so he's going to try and put the dirt back in, clean up the place, and yeah, just show it some respect.
Yeah, Killaine's
The
gonna
wall,
try to
they're-
find some wildflowers, and also use your mage hand to help Dallon out.
Easy enough to find standard flowers. They're pretty wilted in some areas, and not like any flowers you've ever seen before. They are not pleasant, but they are the only ones you can find. What is everybody else doing while they're doing this?
I'm gonna kind of really give the place a once over. Really investigate, I guess, the gallows and any of the other graves were already exhumed, right?
Just Orion, I think.
Just
Just
Orion,
Orion and
partial Jenny.
Jenny's grave was dug. All the rest of them are very old, but untouched.
Okay. I want to investigate the gallows a bit more, like really get up close, kind of look around and see if there's
Just a general look over.
general look over. I don't know really what it is that I'm looking for, but based on the card, among the gallows and the buried dead sort of thing of, okay, maybe there's something, maybe like anything is written, or a note, a book, anything
Looking
like that.
over the gallows, give me an investigation check. What's Ketham and Vale doing?
I'm staying far away from the gallows after I saw myself in them.
And say, like, look for, like, writing and knowledge of the ink. Help you better understand. Yours was the thief, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So looking over the gallows, other than a slight breeze kind of coming through and the noose not moving at all, you don't see anything else on the gallows themselves.
Okay, but there's nothing like down in the trapdoor. I don't know if it's a trapdoor gallows or a...
The trapdoor is no longer functionable. The metal that involved, like the gear, is completely rusted out. Vale, what are you doing while they're doing all this?
Sorry, I had to kind of go to the bathroom there real quick.
They are.
So everybody's looking over the gallows basically, and
Judas is.
I am. I could use some help.
Everybody
Yeah.
else is kind of either doing that or filling in the grave. Ketham's
Yeah.
kind of keeping his distance.
okay. So, in order to, honestly, in order to kind of give you two some space with that moment, that's pretty big. We don't all know each other all that well. I'll wander over to the gallows and kind of take a look at it especially after like seeing Ketham get spooked by it too. I think I'd be kind of like concerned about, it, and I would like to investigate it, take a closer look.
Okay, make an investigation check to look over the gallows.
Do we care if we over the table this a little bit? Can I talk to Stephen and Jones specifically about where maybe to look? Okay.
So, again, with looking over the gallows, nothing really stands out, but you do see the same thing that Judas has kind of noticed, is that even though there's a mild wind every once in a while, the noose does not move.
Does it give me like an impression as if there's potentially
guys
like some weight on it, kind of, that I'm not seeing? It just doesn't swing at all.
Doesn't swing. And you guys can table talk as much as you want. I don't care.
Okay, so I was gonna say, if it's in regards to this card, check the graves too. Look
Yeah,
for
that was gonna be
names
the
on
next.
graves, things like that.
That was gonna be the next step.
Okay.
Short of exhuming.
Yeah.
And grave robbing a little bit. Even though, don't we have a grave robber?
That was,
No,
gonna be
that
my
was one of the
second
other
character.
backgrounds.
Oh, okay.
So what else are you three doing? You guys are about maybe halfway from filling that grave at this point.
I'll kind of, after not seeing anything with the gallows, I'll wander over to the graves with Judas.
Gonna mess with that rope at all?
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna go and touch the rope.
The rope moves freely.
Oh. I'm gonna give the rope a tug. Well,
Pretty sturdy. Surprisingly, with how old it is, even has like some vegetation, like mossy slickness to it. Does not smell great, and really, really old rotted rope. But surprisingly, the wood and the rope are dirty.
Oh, thank God. And I'll get up in it and I'll...
I was about to say, is it already
Where
a
are
noose, or can I
you?
tie a noose? It's been great, boys, but I'm out.
Okay, so Vale's going over to the grave. I imagine someone's helping him look.
I'll
You guys can
help
decide
him
who
look
makes the
after
investigation
that.
check.
Yeah.
Are you guys both proficient in investigation?
Yes. I am, at
not.
least.
All right, so you can make the roll, and it's supposed to be a +2. I'm sorry, with the help. Was that the roll? It's been a while since
I think
we looked
so.
at that.
I think it was a +2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
I know the
we're
flanking
getting away
was-
from advantage. 3 magic boys, no detect magic anywhere around here for this really weird
Oh.
rope.
I have it, yeah.
gonna say,
So go ahead and give me another
this is the
investigation check,
time.
Vale.
Me? Sorry?
Yeah, with the help over here.
16?
Now, so he can actually help you. If he has proficiency, he can give you advantage. Since he does not have proficiency, let's call it a +2, with a 16 with that. Easily done. You search the gravestones one after another, each weathered almost to the point of being unreadable. The mossy vegetation clinging to the dead stones like a scab. The tombstones read a name and a date. The names differ, but the dates all coincide. A few of these tombstones are marked with a crudely etched drawing of some kind of bird. It's hard to tell what kind of bird. It's a very small etch that you find. You count 5 in total, 5 different tombstones that have this symbol. However, with your keen eyes and high investigation check, you notice that 3 of these ravens, with your high, you notice that they are ravens and that they are circled, again, etched of a circle around 3 of them. A singular word. Do you speak Elvish?
Don't think so.
Ooh,
Oh, it
I
does.
think I know a guy.
I do.
I do.
Elvish.
Got 4 out of 5.
All right, a lot of Elvish speakers here, so I'm just gonna say it. Almost completely eroded away. You pointed out, and Judas, who's helping you check, looks at it, squints his eyes a bit. You read the word hopelessness on the ravens that are circled. There's 3 tombstones. Did I explain that well? There's 5 in total, but 3 of them have a circle around them. That's etched.
5 have the etched ravens. 3 of them
Yeah.
have etched ravens with circles, and those have hopelessness.
Correct.
Being on the other 2?
Just that raven.
All with the same date. as well. Same death date.
Yeah, there's like maybe 15 or 20, or I'd say 30 tombstones altogether. They all read the same date.
Basically, except Ginny's. Ginny's just had Ginny on it.
Yeah, all the new ones, the 3 new ones over there just have a name.
Okay.
They don't
What's
even
the
have a date.
date?
That is 553 DR.
That is like 1,000 years ago.
Is that actually about? Is it about 1,000 years ago?
It's 1490 DR right now.
1490. Okay.
$550, you said? Sorry?
553.
553.
With everybody kind of meandering around, I get curious, and so I too walk up to the gallows just to like see if just because I'm curious if I was like what do you call it, hallucinating, or if it was like something that actually like occurred. Was that the night before or the day before, I guess?
It was the day before. This time around, nothing really kind of occurs to you immediately. Kind of watching it, you do feel a bit uneasy compared to the last time you were here, but that has since kind of passed. You feel it a little bit again as you kind of just the sheer fact of remembering what you saw, but you don't actually feel or see anything coming from this gallows presently.
I'm gonna kind of shout to the other 4 and just be like, This gallows really spooked me yesterday. Do y'all care if I cut this rope down?
There was a wish.
Well, you
I don't think
anything-
it'll really hold a body, so might as
You
well.
will.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my short sword and just kind of cut a ways above the noose, like however high up. I want to try to get as much rope as I possibly can.
You find that your sword is unable to cut this rope. You sit there and you try to saw at it, not even so much as a thread cuts.
Okay, I pull out my other sword and I'm gonna. No, I'm just kidding.
It too does not free the rope.
This one's a little bit sharper. Detect magic, someone please.
Yeah, I was waiting until like we finished Jenny's Greer because we're busy doing that.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I will be doing detect magic after watching him struggle to cut a rope.
Hey, Kethlum. Maybe you should try to put it on and see what happens. See if you see something.
Yeah, Catherine. Let me help out
Hey,
a little
Judas, you should shut the fuck up. Visibly distraught from what happened last night, noticing that you obviously don't believe me.
I go over to the Judas like it's a little too soon after what happened last night. Catherine, let me try something out, and I'll use detect magic.
Which spells do you have prepared, by the way?
It's a ritual spell, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you can do it as a ritual. That's right.
Yeah.
So you spend the next 10 minutes doing so?
Yeah.
By this point, just for timekeeping's sake, like it's like 9:30 in the morning now.
It's still
And you
early.
spend another 10 minutes kind of doing the ritual of this detect magic spell that you learned a couple of levels ago, or did you start with it? Doesn't really matter. Components does it require? It used to say it on the.
It doesn't have any.
Oh yeah, it's vocal and okay. I was gonna make a flavorful thing of you using components, but you sign the symbols and you say the incantation of detect magic, and you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. Use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and learn its school of magic. And this will last for 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Got 2 minutes.
So
yeah.
all around you, you feel a sense of necrotic energy coming from the woods, coming from trees and flowers and grass, and it's not extreme. You've used this. You've. It's not overly powering, like it's not an immense amount of power, and I say that because it's easily comparable to the 3 gravestones that somebody else, Vale, had identified as the circled ravens. From those, you get more. I shouldn't have said necrotic before. You're supposed to use an action, but I already said it. So you get a lot of necrotic energy from everything around you, and then you get a different kind of magic coming from this, these 3 graves. And is it a roll, or do you just use an action to tell? You just use an action. So you get a sense of aberration magic coming from inside these graves. Abjuration. Abjuration.
Okay. I was like,
oh.
I'm going off memory
There's
here.
big creepies down there. Don't touch.
Just this is me personally, not my player, but what is abjuration?
Typically, you would know it as. Let's see. Do you have an abjuration spell? You do. Okay, so you know how it works. It's mostly dealing with. It's like defense magic, is how I always remind myself of it. Mainly from Skyrim, because you can cast shields. You can. Your mage armor. Mage armor.
Mage armor, protection from good and evil.
Deals
That
of
kind of stuff.
protective spells and the suppression of others' magic.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Coming from the rope on the gallows, you detect. What would that be? I'm gonna look that up because I don't know. I'm gonna say conjuration.
So I gotta look this one up too. Just heroes, creatures, or energy ticket. Oh, okay.
Tina.
Let's say with your with that detect magic, you're wearing a ring, aren't you? Or are you wearing a cape? I can't remember which one you have.
I believe Bale's wearing the cape and Judas was wearing the ring.
You're getting abjuration magic from that. What does that about all the magic items you guys have, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That we're aware of.
I'm pretty sure that's all you guys have, so that you're getting abjuration magic from that as well. So detect magic's really good for like seeing if an item is magical in nature or not.
Anything
And
from
that rope.
the wooden totem that I have around my neck?
No.
Okay.
Nothing coming from that, other than maybe a mild bit of necrotic energy, just like the rest of the wood.
Okay, so let me just get this right.
Hey,
Conjuration magic, energy.
I could be wrong on that because I didn't expect that.
We see you raising your hand, Steven.
Yeah.
Can be reversed to
sorry.
send creatures to other places and planes.
I would say conjuration in the terms of creation, creating things, maybe creating items. It's a magical item in itself.
Gotcha.
What's up, Steven?
My internet dropped briefly, and then it locked me out of the server.
Do I need to kick you?
Yeah, you need to kick me so I can join back in.
I have done so. So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna talk
Thanks,
to
Dad.
Nicholas. I'm gonna point. That rope is magic. Those 3 graves are magic. There's magic all over the place. There's a lot of magic here. Those 3 graves seem to be protected somehow. Bale, if you
Graves
wouldn't mind.
themselves, whatever is in it. I was trying to be
Everything.
specific that the dirt and stuff doesn't have the abjuration magic on it. It's something beneath the dirt because you
Gotcha,
can detect it
okay.
from 30 feet.
So not the same as what the Vystani did to Jenny's grave.
Jimmy, that's what I was. Okay, cool. That's good to know.
What was that, Clay?
The ones who were buried under there, they're protected. The dirt isn't, not like Jenny's. But the people inside, there's something protecting them. The rope on the gallows seems to have been created somehow by magic. There's necrotic energy everywhere, really. That's what I'm sensing.
Well, is it worth maybe? I hate to say this, it's not exactly my thing, but do we take a look at what might be in this grave? It seems like it could be of some strange importance.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't very comfortable doing this, but it is at a crossroads
Just
of
get
life and
Judas
death.
in here, make him do it, eh?
That's true. Judas doesn't really care about death.
No,
Or...
he's got no respect. No respect.
Did you see him joking with Ketham about the hanging? Too soon.
That
Yeah,
taste,
sometimes
I tell you.
sometimes the world needs a little bit of gallows humor.
You're not here.
Wait.
Get out of here.
I am.
Judas disappeared from the world for a bit.
His face and shove him out.
If you don't mind,
Yeah,
if you don't mind,
Judas.
Bill, I'm gonna continue helping my brother out. I'm sure Judas will be happy to dig up these graves.
I don't necessarily know if there's actually people down there. If what you say in what you found is true, maybe it's not.
Considering that, seems this whole place is either real or unreal. It's tough to say what might be in there, but I feel it might be worthwhile taking a look. The more information we have, the better.
We also need to think about. I assume y'all are saying this in general, out loud. Also need to think about what Badabeva said. Seek lies at the crossroads of life and death. On the gallows and the buried dead, knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. Know our enemy. Knowledge of the ancient. Does that ring any bells for anything here?
Oh, I mean, these gravestones are roughly
Pretty ancient.
1,000 years old, and it seems like a good place to start, right?
Yeah, I think the knowledge of the ancient, from everything that I've been able to tell, and I don't have the card in front of me, even though it's in my back pocket. I just can't reach it right now. It's I believe this ancient magic might be Strahd. No? I mean, he is fairly old. I mean, he looks good for his age, but isn't Irina a reincarnation? Is what they told us.
I wouldn't say that out loud, by the way.
She goes,
Maybe Irina
What was
is
that?
that you are as beautiful as a carnation, my lady, and that is probably why Strahd wants to.
I'm gonna grab
"Oh,
him.
God, I'm here." She's still just kind of sitting in the cart, just like,
If I had silence, I would have casted it.
Gotta try to cover somehow.
Money, the rope, is it tied to something, and can I untie it?
yep, it's just kind of tied around the post up top. I will just kind of move forward with this. You are unable to untie it. It seems like a very, very simple knot. You cannot move it.
Yeah, I was hoping that we would get a rope that can't be cut. That'd be dope, but
Make an Arcana check.
yeah. Fucking mosquito.
Me as a player, for some reason, I'm thinking of crossroads between life and death. We're in another plane. With this rope is holding someone in another plane, something crazy like that.
Yeah. I just,
Download wouldn't be able to think of all that, but I'm just trying to like think outside the box.
you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of, what if you had a rope of climbing that had a noose on one end and you couldn't get rid of it? Hey, just tie yourself up there for me. Why don't you?
So what are you guys doing?
Well, I was gonna get Judas to start digging, honestly, but
We can make him dig. He's not here. He can't say no.
Yeah.
So he starts digging. He grabs a shovel.
Well,
I will need
Kevin,
him.
we are a good, strong lad. Would you mind helping him out?
Not with that bitch.
I will say this is going to involve athletics checks, so I imagine somebody
Oh,
with
okay.
some
I'll
strength
jump
might want to
in.
be involved.
I'll jump in with him.
Which obviously digging a grave is not something you could fail, but this will determine how long you might actually take. Daylight is a precious commodity. So which of the three, we'll call it 1, 2, 3, we'll say it's left, center, and right. Which of the graves are you guys digging first? Or at the same time, or whatever. You tell me.
Door number 1.
Very well.
At this point, should I jump in with athletics? I assume that Jenny's thing has been buried at this point. It was only going to be 20 minutes, right?
I'd say
Alright.
let them have the first one, but you can definitely jump in at some point.
Money? I'm gonna use identify on that stupid rope.
Ritual? Very well. So
Yep.
10 minutes, you're doing this for 10 minutes as they start to dig. So you don't need to use a spell slot. It'll just be a thing. You're still holding onto her necklace. You never gave it back. She sees you pull it out, kind of gives you like a side eye, like, I'm never getting that necklace back.
You'll get it back to right.
Okay, so digging the graves. Give me a second here.
We might need to restart the server here. Even still.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, man.
Okay,
All
while
right.
he's gone, I kill Boris.
I'm still here. The game is in our heads, not in the server. Nah, I would apologize, but I
It's not
don't
your
have
fault,
any
man.
control
I'm
over
just
this.
just busting your ass.
No,
no,
use the
no.
bathroom real quick while this reboots.
Great idea. Yeah.
We can take a
Yeah.
quick break. The world is up though, so feel free to join.
Oh,
I'm gonna leave the computer. Yeah, I'll be right back. I
Forgot.
gotta rotate laundry anyway.
there.
I forgot I had identify.
Be right back.
Austin, you ready?
Dude, I'm so hyped. I've felt like I've been like over texting you because I'm just like,
No. Dude, I love talking about this
fucking-
stuff.
okay.
Yeah. No, not at all, man. I enjoy talking about fab and strategy and stuff.
I
Freaking
spent
sick.
like my whole what periods was I on? Like second half of fourth period and eighth period today, just like looking through my deck and like trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I'm going to buy 3 red choke slams and another warmongers.
Where are you gonna buy
We
over
talking about
there?
magic?
No, another card game.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Cool.
Me and Austin have been like we're doing this tournament. I'm not sure how many people there will be, but yeah, it's called Flesh and
Flesh
Blood.
and blood.
If you go to top 8, you're basically a pro, and you get a pro tour invitation, and you can win a lot of money. But
Oh shit! I need to sign up for it tonight.
yeah, so we've been talking a lot the past few days just over like our decks and our strategy and stuff.
Hey, if you get 17th to 32nd, you get $250 too.
That's pretty sweet.
That's I mean, doubt we get it, but it's a little
You
bit
guys
easier of
are-
a goal than yeah.
When you guys are trying to teach me magic, like in this year and out the other, there was just so much going on. I was like, all right, I give up.
I'd say this game is a little bit easier to learn than Magic, just
Yeah.
because Magic has so many different interactions. It's insane.
I'm like a big video game nerd. I'm like a very recent like tabletop nerd. Like I had only ever like played like Monopoly and Risk until I met fucking Hunter, who's convinced me to play all these other board games in a good way. Like I don't know if you
Mostly-
noticed that, but those 2 boxes right there, they have like that's Root that we played nonstop when I was in Texas. That's every single thing that you can buy for root.
Hmm.
And it's got like these little. I bought like an organizer that you had to put together with glue.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Dude, how you
Dude,
how
that's such a
Hunter is?
great game.
It is. It's so good. It's so well balanced too.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Fantastic game.
What Hunter does to board games, I do to card games.
Oh, okay. So
Huh?
that's what it is. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I wish I could show you, but like
I was cursing your name for
this whole shelf is
introducing
pretty
me
much
to so
it.
many good board games.
Oh yeah, Hunter, Joel. I did get actually Zombicide Black Plague.
Let's
as
go.
well.
Dude, that game's so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
one I
hoping
should
to
have taken
introduce it.
over.
Yeah.
Connor,
I-
check these out, by the way, while we're waiting.
That would
Go
have
ahead and
been a
talk to
really
me.
good
Sorry, I
one.
didn't interrupt
No, you're
I
good.
think so.
Is that the root expansions?
you. Yeah, it's the organizer.
Oh, I forgot you got the organizer. Joel,
So
it
every-
didn't take 8 hours to make it either.
No, it was actually really fast. So this is one of the organizers for the armies.
Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, and like they all fit in there like pretty snug, like in a
That's
good way.
sweet.
And like all the rest of it's just like squares and rectangles, but
And
all
it all
the
stacks in
factions
really
and
well.
stuff have
Yeah.
their own it's like a 3-dimensional like sigil. It's they did a good job on that one.
That's pretty
That
sweet.
one you actually don't even need glue to put together. It snaps together. The wood does. I use
man.
glue anyways because I don't
Yeah,
trust
As
it.
well. Yeah.
Longevity.
But it's pretty cool that they did it that way. Oh man, when you open up those organizers, like that smell of like slightly burned wood. Oh
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about.
man, it's like camp. You get to smell a campfire the entire time you're put something together. It's great. All right, Jums. I know you're probably like a Canadian Union worker, but you know.
All right,
Dude, I almost
what do y'all
forgot
think
it.
is going on here? We got to figure this thing out. What's going on?
We'll move on with the rope while he's gone,
Okay,
so we can get this
cool.
moving.
I forgot we had to identify.
And then Ketham, go
Legitim-
ahead and give me an athletics check with +2.
Also,
And-
legitimately, the comment about like, oh hey, maybe you should try to put on the thing, the noose, wasn't I can almost completely. It was kind of tongue in cheek, but like, I was thinking of it like the Ocarina of Time, Eye of Truth, or
No,
Lens
I'm
of
pissed
Truth,
now.
where you can like
pissed.
look through it and see what's through the noose, see on the other side.
I knew what you were getting at,
Yeah,
but I thought this was funnier.
it was.
Or,
It was.
yeah.
It was pretty good in that way.
Well, since you're identifying, I'll say that is not what was going to happen if you put your head through the noose. Something very bad could have happened if you put it through the noose. You identify this as a rope of climbing,
Hey.
and the command word is execute.
I got a. You said +2 on the roll.
Yeah,
I got an 18.
I'm gonna put that rope and climbing in your inventory real quick.
What is the like word do exactly?
So you can it's basically a rope where you can tie the simplest knot on the planet, and if you say the command word, it'll never come untied.
It's also like can't you command it to like shoot up and tie up to something up above?
Yeah, there's a lot to it. I'll
Yeah.
post.
Nice.
You can like command it to do what you want essentially. If there's a wall in front of us, you just say tie a knot up there 50 feet away or 30 feet or however long it is, and it'll tie itself up.
Dope.
It is pretty
Rope
sweet.
of climbing jumps. And we got the command word.
I was right.
Really cool command word for a gallows rope that is
Execute. Oh, that's
3,000
great.
pounds.
And this one specifically cannot be harmed by non-magical means.
Can we get the noose out of it?
It's a rope of climbing, yes, but it's for the all intents and purposes of this specific scene in the lore, it is elven rope.
Nice. Okay.
And with that athletics check, what was it? 16 + 2, 18. Solid
Digging
roll.
the shit out of that grave.
Some might call you a mole man. That or the dirt is extra loose. It only takes you 30 minutes to dig up this grave, and as you do, you kind of find a wooden casket, and it's unmarked. It's relatively simple in make, just planks of wood. What are you doing?
I'm going to say, should I open this?
I believe that was the point, yes.
Does anybody else want to?
Yeah, magic boys, get in there.
Quite simply,
I
this
can
is
use
a
mage
little
hand.
below me.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of be outside of the hole, and I'm gonna be kind of laying down, like facing away, and I'm gonna slowly reach in there, and I'm gonna snatch it back and jump back.
Yeah, let me try to identify what's going on first. There's magic
already
on
said
this.
But he
Yeah.
opens it, and inside is not a corpse. There's no skeleton, there's no body. However, there is a square block of stone, like you would see in like a castle wall or something. And on top of this stone is a black, almost like opal, maybe obsidian in make, key.
Sitting on the block of stone.
Just resting on the block of stone. And then there's obviously a key end, and on the other end is the symbol at the end of the key itself is
Little finial.
not a raven. What the fuck is it? Can't remember the bird.
A robin?
Eagle.
A cardinal.
Oh, that's nice.
So
That's
it's
a
an
nice
obsidian
bird.
key.
That
A
is a nice
goose?
bird.
It's a fucking chicken.
I want to grab the key so bad. I slowly start to reach my hand in there, just looking around to see if anybody's saying anything.
Got them. Wait.
Okay, are you just gonna touch that?
Let me
pull my hand back
let
slowly.
me just identify it real quick.
It
I guess identify.
has. So you spend another 10 minutes. Oh wait, so he did 30, 1, 2, 3, and then 10 minutes. It's now 10:20. You spend another 10 minutes identifying this. You don't detect any sort of malicious protection magic from touching it that you can identify with identify. It just seems that the key itself is magical in nature.
Gotcha. Okay, you may touch it.
It's the key to Strahd's heart.
Mm.
Physically.
And rocks fall and you die. You know, you get this key.
Again.
Nothing happens. It doesn't vibrate in your hand. It's just a key. You feel just a key.
Nice. Let's start digging up door number 2. Or do we want to do door number 3?
If there's no bodies, I don't have any problem with this necessarily. I feel like we should all just pitch in and get it as quick as possible.
I hate desecrating corpses, but if this will lead us to Strahd's doom, potentially, I'll do it.
Well, you don't know that there's corpses in there now.
Exactly.
It was empty.
Yeah, the first one, you
Go ahead and
didn't
give me
have
an athletics
a
check,
body.
Okay.
What was that, money?
Plus, I'll give you +2.
Okay, sorry, my thing closed.
And I'm taking a break from digging the shit out of it. Who it is absolutely floored at the speed that Dallin himself.
Unweathered
dig.
by burying my sister's grave again.
Which one were you digging up? The second or third? I can't remember. Middle or right?
Who said third? Someone said third, right?
I said 2 or 3. I think we said 2.
It's 2.
Yeah,
Unless
for
we were
sure.
supposed to do 3, then we chose 3.
Yeah.
As you start
whichever
to
one's
dig,
better.
actually, you notice a tree root leading out of the grave. Standing on it reveals it actually has leverage, and it's not a root at all. It's a kind of a leverage for a false panel. As you push down on this root, revealing a coffin underneath.
In the second one.
Second one,
You
yeah,
said-
there was no actual dirt in there. It was just a false floor.
Oh, so like I started to dig. And
Like
then...
it's a flavor thing for how fast you dug it up. That shit took like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because
Alright.
you got 24. Yeah.
26 with +2. Thank you.
You're 26. Yeah.
So it's like a false panel. Yeah, get out of there. Boom, bada bing.
Yeah, and there's a coffin in there.
Coffin. Okay.
Similar to the other one, no, just plain.
I look at Kalain before reaching down in because he's taught me against these things. I know this much. What? Is it safe, brother?
Well, let me check really quick. And
How long
cast
is red quick? Daylight's burning.
Approximately 10 minutes. I'll cast Identify.
I'm just about to say, I'm just gonna reach in and open it.
You can probably reach in and open it, but
I'll reach in and open it. He's like, I said, too long. We gotta get to Valaki.
In this one, you open it, and there is similarly, a piece of stone in this, no body, and a rolled piece of paper tied with some string.
That one, I'll let you identify. That sounds a little bit spookier for some reason.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cast Identify, so
All right,
put my hand down. So
goes by, you pull
in
out your
Caligo.
pearl. There seems to be some form of just locating magic, maybe, upon it, but in itself, it is just a piece of paper. And you recognize like this sort of magic as somebody would use to find this again. Maybe. But in itself is just a piece of paper that's tied with a string.
While he's doing the Identify, we should start digging the other grave.
Good idea. So while he's identifying, save time, you guys start digging again. Imagine as Dallin doing all the work here.
We're helping him.
I get some exhaustion points over here from digging so much.
You might. You might. Doing 2 graves in a row. Let's see. Go ahead.
And burying the other one. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Not as good. +2, I assume, because someone was helping.
I'm giving you +4 because you can get a couple people in there.
Okay.
You make good time, but the work is hard. It will take an hour, and it does take an hour. Give me a con saving throw.
Oh boy.
DC's pretty low though, so I'll advance this an hour.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're fine.
I saw that 3 for a second.
A little sweaty. You're breathing hard. You might pour maybe a bit of water down your back. But you're sweating, and it's a nice, really chilly, cool day out. Identifying like the paper, as we said, is just a piece of paper. Whatever abjuration magic is in dealing with this, I guess I should say it should be divination magic in the case of the paper. My mistake. I didn't expect to detect magic. I'm doing the best I can with that. And then the final book, number 3. You dig it down after about an hour, and yet again, another coffin made of wood.
I'll open the coffin.
Opening the coffin on this one. Yeah, blows up. You're dead. The coffin lid hinge creaks loudly in comparison to the other ones as you pull it open. A whiff of dust and mild decay penetrates your nostrils, and inside you see a nearly fully decayed skeleton with an obvious broken neck. Clutched in its hands is a tome, a brown leather back with a metal frame all along the edges and spine. The sigil on this book matches that of the back of your gold coin and that of the letter that brought you to this land. And on the side of the book, a latch sealing the front and back bears the sign of a keyhole. Does that make sense? I described that as best I could. The book's locked.
Yeah, it's got a lock on it. Like for an obsidian key or something, you know.
And it's in the skeleton's hands as it's kind of just inanimate, holding the book.
I'm standing back. I'm huffing and puffing, sweating a bit. I'm gonna look at everyone else standing in a circle or half circle around me and wait. I'm not getting in there. I'm letting the magic boys handle it. I'm letting the magic boys grab the paper too. I'm not touching that. Not my specialty.
Bomb squad.
Okay. I'll grab the paper then, and then I'll cast Identify on the book.
Yeah, nothing happens with the paper. Casting Identify in the book, it is just the book. There's nothing magical about it. That might not be what you're detecting from earlier. Because I would say if you're detecting magic, you have a lot of visual auras, and you saw that the key, I should have described this better. The grave with the key in it was a very small aura. This one's a very large aura. filling the entire coffin that you saw.
Shit.
Was the skeleton wearing something?
Very decayed clothing. Nothing really identifiable, but you imagine he was buried with clothing. Nothing else of value or metallic in nature that would last this long is in this grave.
Identify the body.
You get a lot of necrotic energy from the skeleton.
Gotcha. I can sense where this is going.
Yeah. I'd fill us in because I don't.
I believe that body, it's full of necrotic energy, and I think that if we try to make a move for that book that it's holding, it's not going to take too kindly to it. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm sensing. So,
that is what you're guessing.
Yes.
Just okay. Saying I didn't say that. You said
You didn't
sensing
say that.
I told you what you sensed.
Yeah. So I'm guessing. If you all would please stand back right quick. I've got this new rope. I'm going to put it to use.
You're gonna hang the man again.
I mean, could we not just mage? Could we not just grab it, the book?
If
Can
you
I? Huh?
You can definitely use Mage Hand if you want. I just want to be further away whenever you do use it.
I have I have a range on it. I'm gonna
Indiana
like stand
Jones
back.
Swap it with another book.
Oh boy, I only have one mage hand. I need another mage hand to do the swap.
How far back are you standing? I'm just curious.
Me?
Yeah.
30 feet further now.
Yeah.
Don't assume it's bad. I'm just.
No,
you
no,
tell
I'm
me how
playing.
you would do it. How
Probably
deep?
like from the edge of the grave, like. I mean, how deep
can
is the
see what
grave?
you're
Like
doing?
6 feet. I can
Yeah.
see it, but not like right up in it.
Sure. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So you
any-
mage hand this book.
Yeah. Pull it out.
It's relatively easy. With mage hand especially, you pull the book from the skeletal hands. I would say it would have taken a bit of effort if you were doing it by just yourself, but the mage hand's relatively strong. You free the book, and in the process, snap a few of the finger bones from its hand. And when you do this, there's a gust of wind that kind of erupts very mildly from the grave, and it blows over you. And you almost... Unfortunately, you're actually standing close enough. You don't need to make a perception check to hear what this says. And you speak Elvish, right?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
Like nobody moved in your cameras. I'm like, did I?
We're waiting on
did
your
my internet
answer.
die again? I said yes.
Wait
The
in here.
whisper comes across
Oh,
your
I'm sorry.
ears like the flowing of the wind, and it says, "Death to the followers of Strahd." And immediately, all around you, the ground cracks, erupts. Surrounding you is a macabre of rotted and skeletal corpses rising from the ground. Let me change the music a little bit here.
Fuck.
You said death to the followers of Strahd? I know I didn't hear it, but...
Yeah.
Hey, we're friends! Don't hurt us!
Near the road,
Yeah, fuck Strahd.
kind of
Strahd an asshole.
a corpse kind of materializes on the gallows. This time you see it, that's I'm sorry, the corpse materializes, and as you are all looking, Ketham, once again you see yourself, but this time standing up upon the gallows. Can you give me a charisma saving throw real quick? And it kind of finds itself, and it falls through the trapdoor for the gallows because the rope is no longer there. But lands on its feet and almost kind of like seems unsteady, kind of slowly rising from its knees as it caught itself. And from its rotted cloak, you see it produce a staff. So all around you see these skeletons rising. Not a whole lot of them have weapons. I think one of them has a sword. And then even like a couple of fleshy type corpses come out of the ground. And we're all gonna roll initiative. Give me a second.
That's cool. That's a great quote.
Queenor would have
Yeah,
words to
Shamir.
say about this.
Once again, you guys can reorganize yourselves.
Where's the grave itself? Roughly?
Pretty much in this square.
Oh, okay.
The skeleton itself in the grave did not reanimate.
Gotcha. I will put myself in the back corner.
Hey, I rolled an
Sorry.
11 for that charisma saving throw, by the way.
Where is the initiative at again? Sorry.
So is this what Ketham looks like?
To everybody else, that's what it looks like. Ketham sees himself, and you incur another 21 stress. Failing that charisma save. So, kind of top of the order, what you guys see around you, and I will say this, is that the skeletal structure of these is different than most others you've seen. Have you guys even run into skeletons here yet? I don't think so.
I don't think you have.
Okay. So no, never mind. But if you've ever, has anyone in their backstory ever come across maybe zombies or skeletons?
Maybe, probably not.
I probably have once or twice. Also, where's the initiative thing at? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for that.
Top left, kind of by the strength and everything.
Oh.
Or you can click it in the combat tracker.
Oh, that's
Sauce.
weird.
Yeesh, these initiatives
Wait,
are a
top
little
left.
scary.
Where is it?
60.
Hit die,
You roll a die.
inspiration.
Natural 20.
Hey, nice.
Steven, if you open up the combat tracker, you can see it in there. I honestly don't know where it is on the new.
It's
Oh.
directly to the right of your AC, which
Oh,
is the
there it
giant
is.
shield under troopers.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, on the giant shield.
So, Kalain, yeah, give me a, we'll call it a medicine check.
Medicine check, gotcha. Do you have proficiency in that? Balls.
They're not human skeletons. All right, top of the order, Kalain.
Oh shit. First thing I'll do is activate Blade Song.
Okay.
So start Blade Singing, get that +3 AC. And then I'm going to cast Shadow Blade. No, that's a bonus action. I can't do that. Okay, I'll do that next turn. I'll just move up and swing at this one right here.
Okay.
With a short sword. Oof.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit. I'm sorry, man.
Yep, that's right.
You swing and maybe even cut off a bit of his shoulder, but it doesn't seem to really do any damage. It's just kind of barely nick him. It's a zombie, he's slow moving, but he stumbled over a rock, and that's why he missed. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Got him, boys.
Immediately this one moves up, goes to attack the closest target to him, and swings a fist at you.
Damn you.
Ooh.
Which will miss.
Will not hit.
Judas.
Real quick, do I notice that this silly belly over here is anything more important? Or do I notice that he's like appeared and does he look like he's controlling this?
So they had a staff.
In a staff?
Right.
I don't know how you would detect if somebody's controlling anything, but you do see.
Like,
wearing a
is
cloak
he
and a
like in a
staff.
trance, or is he like ready to jump in and smack us?
Is in a trance.
Make a perception check.
I was channeling the
You can see
from-
immediately. You could see that his eyes are darting around, looking at all the undead, seemingly monitoring.
He's what?
Monitoring, watching the other undead.
Okay. Is it safe to assume I can interpret that as like, hey, maybe he's important?
You tell me.
Okay. I'm going to assume he's doing something important.
All right.
While still kind of standing over the grave, I like reach the deck of cards, and instead of grabbing one card, I'm gonna grab two. So I'm gonna burn 2 sorcery points to do Quicken spell, which will change one action spell into a bonus action. So bonus action, I'm casting Mage Armor on myself as I draw the Hermit, and then the other one will be my ever-present 3 of Swords, casting Magic Missile at
Very
the
cool.
big dude.
You're way better as a spellcaster than you ever were a ranger. I'm just gonna say.
I know.
I'm just kidding, too. Like, very good descriptions. I really like it. That was awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh, nice.
And then 2 more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah. Plus 1. Or it'll be plus 2, I guess. Or fuck it, we're just gonna do 2d4.
Oh, is it plus 2?
No, it's plus
Huh?
1, but he's trying to add the plus 2 for each of the plus 1s.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the
doing
first
well.
one is a 5, and then it's a 2 and a 5. And all of them hitting the big dude.
While he's doing that, Money, did you miss the zombies on the initiative by chance, or are they just hidden on there? I didn't see him on the list, or the other guy. I don't know if he might be in.
I don't know why. Yeah, no, he's on there. I'll get to that.
Okay,
So yeah,
yeah.
5, 7 plus 5, so 12 total damage. Which 5 already went through, so I'll take another.
So you use 2 sorcery points, and you can cast 2 spells on a turn.
Yes.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That should be it. I just need to figure out how to adjust my AC.
Keep in mind, I'll let it kind of go
Oh,
now.
there it
but,
is.
Quicken spell.
There we go.
Typically, okay. So it says it makes a spell a bonus action, right?
Yes.
However, it does not say anything about. So in D&D, as a spellcaster, if it requires you use a spell slot, like level 1 and up, you can only cast one of those spells.
Oh yeah.
You can
Yeah,
cast a
no, if you broke
cantrip.
that.
You can cast a cantrip in conjunction with it.
I can
I'll let it
only
slide. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll let it slide for now because we already went through it. That's
Yeah.
a good point that Hunter asked because I dealt with that a lot as Shamir because I have items that cast spells. It doesn't
Okay.
matter because it requires your spell focus to do these things, and that's the rules.
Right.
Yeah, but
I thought
moving
I thought it
forward-
broke that 1 spell per turn rule. That's
yeah, I just looked at it. It doesn't. So you can
Oh,
cast.
okay.
You can make it a bonus action. That's fine. But as your action, you would need to make it a cantrip.
Okay,
spellcasters can
going
only do 1
forward.
spell per turn, pretty much.
Okay.
It's like a golden rule unless something breaks that.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna make you redo your old turn because I didn't pick up on it immediately. So anything else?
That'll be it.
Okay. This other skeleton kind of moves and again attacks the very first person that he sees. I'm permanently going to have you targeted with these guys pretty much.
That's okay. That's what I'm here
Does
for.
not hit. These guys are pretty
And
weak. Moving
real
to
quick,
Talon's
you also applied the other 5 plus 2, the 7 damage onto the other guy too.
Okay.
Cool.
Down.
Bring out the Warhammer and I'll smack the guy that's kind of getting around my defenses a little bit more, the one to the far right.
Okay. Go ahead and target a middle.
Oh, yeah,
Everything automatic.
Yeah, this one here. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
damage. Ooh, and a good roll on damage. Jesus.
So as you crash into him with the warhammer, he immediately like just falls to pieces. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
You probably already know this, but make an insight check out of it anyways.
Me as a player does. I don't know about that one.
It's simple enough to tell, especially I like to do player knowledge, but if you were a newer player, I'd make you roll for it. They seem the skeletons specifically seem weak to bludgeoning.
Cool.
Yeah, you absolutely obliterated that guy.
Hell yeah. As a bonus action on the turn, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and as a bonus action, I'll actually, you know what? I'm not gonna shove. I was gonna shield shove with bonus action, but I'm not gonna do that. I want to keep him up on me, so I'll end my turn there.
Good. Zombie tries to slam. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one.
I think you skipped the skeleton, right?
No. It's just this zombie.
Hmm.
Which, surprisingly, he actually rolled exactly where his initiative would be. Something got messed up when I hit the macro. I'll have to roll this one up here. Perfect. We're still good. Nothing broken. Alright, so this one targets Kalain, goes in for a slam. Sorry, guys. And actually hitting you.
No, I got 19 AC.
19?
Yeah.
Oh, with
got
Blade Song, right?
And Blade Song, yeah.
Okay, never mind. So that misses.
Okay.
Move on then, a skeleton that's over there nearby you. He does
Pass me, John?
slide 1.
Hmm?
He hit it earlier, before
Oh.
the combat. And he will take a swing at you with a skeletal fist. Missing entirely. Urva is here. Did you roll for him? You want to use him on this one?
I'm supposed to, yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I wasn't sure if you were busting him out or not, but yeah, absolutely can. So go ahead. You need me to drag him on there?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I don't know. Do I do that out of my player? Because I can access the player sheet for it, but
I have to drag him on there for
okay, perfect. Yeah.
you. Yeah, there he is.
I don't know. Kind of just say like, maybe don't freak out, but he's gonna help us, and he's gonna flow out from underneath the cloak on my back, and he's gonna fly over to Dallin's back and kind of like grab the get some purchase on the back portion of your armor and kind of just sit there. He's pretty small. He's like a kind of like a small, yeah, he's like a small cat kind of.
Get this tiny. He's a skeleton, and get him off me.
I said, don't freak out at that. And
You can move him, by the way.
okay. I'll just move him there just for, I guess, flavor. But yeah, and I'll leave him there for
Just
now.
chilling on my back.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
All right, moving over to Ketham.
So you said whenever this guy that's on the gallows came up, he was like, looked like me, right?
Yeah, you see yourself, like kind of hunched over in a cloak with a staff.
Okay, I'm going to target.
So just immediately targeted Ketham.
You
The
struggle
undead
to
Ketham.
target him. If you're gonna, you kind of try to aim at him and you feel yourself kind of falter a bit. It's gonna require a Constitution saving throw to target him first.
Okay. I'm not going to target
Failing
him.
it might have some repercussions. I don't want to surprise anybody with anything.
I'll target this guy then.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel that strain and that fear, and you kind of just target somebody else. What are you targeting?
The zombie right next to Kalain.
Yeah, go ahead. He will have half cover.
It shouldn't have any cover.
Sharpshooter.
Oh, that's right, sharpshooter. That's right. You got it. Yeah, good. Thank you for reminding me, because I will probably forget. That absolutely hits. By the way. 8 piercing. Yeah, does the full damage. Arrow kind of goes sliding through into his chest. Kind of actually goes through it. It's so rotted that it goes through him and slams into the tree behind him. Anything else? Okay, Vale.
After kind of telepathically sending Irva over to Dallin, I'm gonna pull out my spell focus and kind of just focus on it a little bit, and this weird kind of starlight twinkling smoke starts coming out of it, and I look at Irva, and out of him I'm going to cast Protection from Good and Evil on Dallin.
Let's go. I don't remember what it does.
Give them all disadvantage on attacks against you.
Okay, cool.
That's on Dallin.
Yep.
We'll give you that symbol.
Hell yeah, holy shield.
Okay. The skeleton moves forward. This one actually wielding a sword. Takes a wild swing, slow and easy to block, does not hit you. The zombie kind of lingering nearby also kind of tries to slam you with one of its limp arms as it barely hangs on by a thread of muscle.
Disadvantage.
And with the disadvantage too, right?
With disadvantage, because they're undead, right?
No, yes.
I'll do that anyway. No, I'll just reroll it. Forgot to hit that. Thanks for reminding me.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's definitely gonna miss. And at the bottom of the order, this figure kind of stands and walks out from underneath of the gallows and moves, and he's kind of, this wall here is actually, I marked it for, it'll be kind of important here in a second. As cover, it can be considered half cover, and anything kind of behind these, kind of in this space, will be 3/4, if it matters for anybody, which Catherine apparently it does not, Mr. Sharpshooter. This guy, he kind of hobbles over it, probably the most decayed out of all of them. Kind of, you see joints kind of like cracking and snapping back into place as he like hovers his way back over to this side. He holds up his staff, and a channel of energy kind of raises, like a green radiating necrotic damage like comes out from it. One of it's targeting Dallin, which it'll have disadvantage on, which does not
I
matter.
don't think that matters.
Only doing 2 necrotic.
Okay.
And then there's 2 more charges that are coming out. The other one comes after Ketham.
Does it automatically do damage when you target?
It does not. You guys have to do your own damage. So you're going to have to take that.
Yeah,
too.
got it.
Dealing 3 to Ketham, and the last one going after Judas. As it kind of, it's almost like magic missile in the sense as it's whipping around through the air. But he does have to try to hit you with it. And it misses as it slams against the tombstone behind you. Top of the order, before you go, Kalain.
Oh boy.
The zombie says,
Oh yeah, I
wisdom
forgot
save.
to put, my bad, totally forgot to put in Irina.
I was gonna ask about that, but I was just like,
She's definitely part of this.
yeah, where's our cart? I'm protecting the horses. That's
Yeah,
it's
horse.
like over here.
I gotta get,
over here.
I definitely owe you guys better than that. She ran over and kind of got behind you. I need to do a better job and stay on top of that. On her turn, she doesn't fight. She runs behind you guys. But that 6 that I just rolled in that roll table targets her.
Ooh.
And Catherine, you no longer see yourself, but you see this zombified creature kind of appear, kind of shake some sense out of yourself. You no longer feel frightened of this creature, and you're kind of unsure of what you've been seeing, but now you just see like a rotted zombie, some skeletal bones, kind of as the illusion fades. But you all start to hear Irina scream in terror, and she almost seems paralyzed in fear. Glenn, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to.
One more thing.
Okay.
As that round began, and as this happened, the decayed necro smashes his staff against the ground, and more undead.
Son of a bitch.
All right, and with these ones you see up here, sporting metallic bows. They're really rusted and in shitty shape, but they're not wood. They're metallic. Which Ketham, I'll give this to you immediately. You reckon this is elven weaponry?
That's not good.
All right, Colleen. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
If you guys can help me clear the ones in front, I can go for the necromancer. And my sword is gonna start glowing with like green flame, and I'm gonna use green flame blade on the guy right in front of me.
Okay.
This is always weird. It's supposed to hit first, but I'll be targeting there.
Green flame blade. What is that?
It's a cantrip.
What is that from? I've never even heard of it.
It's lesser used, but it's been around forever.
Huh. Okay.
What's it do?
Oh yeah, walk me through what it does.
Do you want to
It
test
does
cantrip
hit.
and attack with one action?
Yeah, so you can brandish a weapon using the spell's casting and make a melee attack with it against one creature within 5 feet of you. On hit, the target suffers opens regular attack damage and cause a green fire to leap from the target to a different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet. The second creature takes fire damage equal to your spellcasting modifier.
Cool.
Yeah. So I meant to target this guy, but I targeted that guy instead.
Wait, so which
So
one are you
I'm-
hitting with your melee attack?
This one right in front of me.
Okay. And then, so then your spellcasting ability is +3.
3, yeah.
So does 3 damage to the skeleton next to you. Oops.
So,
Why did that happen?
I just killed it. I targeted that dude by mistake.
Oh, that's why he needed that.
yeah.
That damage got hit on him. So the other guy gets
8 piercing. So this guy gets 8 piercing, and this guy gets 3 fire.
eight. Okay, so that's where they're supposed to be. We're good.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
And oh no, that's it. That's it.
Skeleton next to Dallin comes in with another swing from his fists. Swings wildly, probably lands on your shields.
Do I
Actually,
still
yeah,
have
Disadvantage.
protection?
disadvantage. That's right. Sorry,
I didn't know how
gotta
long
remember
that lasts. Like a minute or something?
Like 10 minutes, isn't it?
that. It's pretty long. I
Oh,
think.
jeez.
It's
10
a while.
minutes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
actually doesn't hit. Very good. Very good. Swings, lands on the shield. One of the skeletal archers, kind of obscured from where he's at. He's actually going to move over to the wall and kind of lean up and shoot at Judas. Free target.
Guess who's a better archer than my ranger? This guy.
We'll see. Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's
Definitely
gonna
hit.
fire. It's gonna hit you for 8 piercing damage.
Oh God.
Judas is dead.
Yeah, just drops dead. Judas, your turn.
Ow. I don't know if they
Do you have
actually
mage
take
armor on?
damage.
You have mage armor on, don't you?
I do. It brings my AC to 16, so
Oh yeah, your base turn to 13. Never mind. Carry on.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go ahead and just immediately shoot back Ray of Frost at him, just with the, and then
Okay. Make sure you target him
Shoot out.
first.
yes, and it's gonna be the guy that hit me. And Ray of Frost attack.
Nice.
So 23 will hit even with the half cover, so go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh.
A whopping 1.
Well,
Anything else?
he also has negative 10 feet of movement.
Oh man.
Got him!
Yeah.
For the
Tripping up
archer.
the arch, or anything else?
I'm going to move down here.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on to this skeleton beneath Kalain. He continues on, doing what undead do, attacking the nearest target. With a nat 20, unfortunately, but you know,
It says I can do shield, but
it's 1
I
damage.
won't-
You want to shield it?
one damage.
A critical got 1?
Oh yeah, I need to roll another one.
Can you-
It didn't do the
Can you
crit.
shield a crit? How does that work?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you,
don't
can,
know.
you can
Net
shield.
20 hits no matter what. Oh, doesn't it?
What would you? Oh yeah, no, you can't stack shield with mage armor, by the way.
Oh.
don't think-
Can you not?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I just thought a
Can-
nat 20
I read-
hits no matter what.
I was reading about
Yeah,
mage
so-
armor and what it stacks with, and I can't remember. It might actually, 'cause that's a reaction.
It was the blade singing and the mage armor. We were trying to figure out if they stack earlier on, and we found out they do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about
I
shield
can-
mage armor, but
I think a nat 20 is gonna hit.
Yeah,
I think
no,
a critical is always gonna hit.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna shield that. I
So
feel like that hits.
it'll be 5 damage to you.
Yep. Done.
So it doesn't work with anything like bark skin or monks, or like unarmed defense like barbarians or monks, but it does work with things that give bonuses to AC.
It does work with shield. That's right, because I did it all the time. All right, Dallin.
real quick before I do my turn, was it only Judas that heard the dead thing in the ground say, to the end, this is to the enemies of Strahd, or?
Absolutely, he's the only one that heard it.
And you haven't said anything about that, Judas.
Fuck. I thought that was. Yeah, I forgot that was a whisper.
Maybe yell that one out to the giant necromancer that's fighting us right now, or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot to give
on
you
the
guys
next
time to talk at the beginning of the round. That's on me. But let's get to that talk round. We'll give you guys a chance to talk.
Yeah.
All good. I
right,
don't
now
know.
take it.
Dallin doesn't know that, so I'm smacking faces.
Okay.
I'll just hit the. Here in Kalain, say he wants to make a path. I'll swing at this one here, the one closer to him, with a hammer.
Okay.
Maybe used to that. I can't remember who has it. Someone still has that quality D6, by the way. I've got it on my hammer.
Wow, that does miss.
How does the quality D6 work? It's attack or damage.
I don't. I'll have to pull up black.
I didn't know if it would be like I can add it after or before. I'll take the miss on it. I think either way, I think it's probably better to save it for a big hit or something.
You can be. This can be rolled and added to an attack or damage roll, representing a case of the perfected state of the gear to deal a bit of extra damage or turn a miss into a hit. So you can roll d6 if you want.
Okay, I'll add the D6 then.
Okay.
I didn't know if I could do that before or after, if I knew if it was a.
Yeah, that'll consume it. I think you have.
It's
you
a
should do it.
one-off. Oh, yeah. All right, so 15.
Deadly.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've been writing it on the thing, so I'll just erase that.
Okay.
4. Well,
8
sorry, 8 plus-
doing double damage.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, I
Oof.
forgot about the strength.
Damn.
Absolutely crushes his skeleton. His bones go shooting across the yard.
You got bone meal.
Anything else?
Bye-bye. I'll just scoot forward a little bit.
Okay.
Just to try and, I'm trying to make a hole for Kalain because that's what he asked for. So that's it. Wait, is Pseudo Dragon on me? Do I need to pull him with me? I don't know. Okay, cool. That's it.
This skeleton shambles, albeit a little bit slow. He stops here and takes aim at Ketham. A little taste of your own medicine, Archer man.
Damn, if I was one spot
I think it
down,
misses.
I could eat this attack for you.
13 misses. or in the path of the projectile. Yeah, you're right. All right, so this other zombie, this one moves. 20 moves to here. This one next to Kalane goes to slam him again, swinging a barely hanging on limb by a thread at your head. 21.
I think I'm gonna take that.
You're 19. You can cast shield. It's up to you. Assume a spell slot and reaction.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast shield on that.
Alright, go ahead and do so, and it does not hit. It lands upon your shield as you kind of hold up your hand. Where there is no shield, one appears. An ethereal force blocking this arm, kind of swinging, kind of bounces off, and the tendon almost rips, sending the arm flying across the battlefield, but it does not happen. To Urva Wormheart.
He's kind of just gonna stick with Dallin for now. He doesn't attack or anything. It's kind of just spellcasting possibility for me right now.
Tickles your ear with his tongue.
Stop that.
Kevin.
Okay, I'm going to activate.
Your trap.
He's after your toes.
I'm gonna activate Fighting Spirit.
Okay.
So I get 5 temp health, and I get advantage till the end of turn. Where do I put the temp health at?
I'll put it in there for you.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to shoot at the Necromancer.
So for the future, it's just under your health bar says plus temp. You can type a number into there.
Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't sure if I could just type in like the number or if I'd.
Yeah, you can put it in there. I just went ahead and did it. Yeah.
And I am going to use Sharpshooter.
So this
So
guy
I'll get-
is spine cover, but you're using sharpshooter. You can negate cover, and you're gonna take, what is it?
It's -5 to hit, and I get +10 to damage.
Okay.
That's easy.
With advantage?
With Fighting Spirit too.
Oh! Man, dude, you're so
A
close.
21 to hit.
This right here is why
Yeah.
fighters are archers for
right?
sure.
Yeah, dude. All right, so 21 to hit does hit. So you roll damage, dealing 9 plus 10, right? You had the 10 there.
Yes.
Dang.
Jesus.
Okay. Anything else? This arrow just slams into him. You're getting that bow arm nice and fucking strong, apparently.
And since I had like seen that he was kind of, I don't know if I want to say replicating, but that he came kind of from where the noose was, I'm gonna use what's it called? Action Surge to take another turn to get advantage again.
Here we fucking go.
All right.
Combo.
You're a nasty boy, that's what you are.
So it'll be 13.
That does not hit. As you see him hold up his staff, and a field kind of erupts, and your arrow goes thunk, shatters on the shield itself.
Damn.
Cast.
And then that'll be the end of my turn. Sorry, I needed to click that. Forgot to click action.
That was awesome.
Is that once
Wherever he has
One's a short rest.
That's
Oh
so
Jesus!
And he's got 3 of the Fighting Spirits a day.
Yeah, the fighting spirits are for long rest.
That's nasty.
So
zombie
nasty.
moves forward. Veil.
Kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place, seeing it that we need a bit of an opening here. Let's take a couple steps up. Oh, I have the wrong person targeted.
No worries.
That is going to happen forever. And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast this zombie in front of Kalane there.
He will have half cover from where you're at.
That's fine. That's all I can do.
Absolutely hits.
Hey.
You kind of feel like this force Kalane kind of go like past your ear and just slamming into this zombie Dealing
Am I
7
gonna-
force damage.
I'll push him back 10
Or 8,
feet
sorry.
as well.
Oh,
And you push him back. He actually, as you push him back, he hits this very low wall, which provides no cover, but is an obstacle. He does fall prone, falling over that. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Coming to the zombie that is over by Dallin again. Rinse, repeat. He comes to slam in. Make sure I target the right person here. This time, kind of swinging his leg wildly like he's a kung fu master. I'm not gonna have to roll disadvantage because that's that one. Irina, frightened and unmoving. The decayed necromancer, the channel, his staff begins to glow wildly green, and 3 more missiles erupt and swirl, but 2 of them come down and hit him in the chest. Oh, that's all. One and 2. You kind of start to see him get revitalized by this magic kind of hitting his body. The last one goes into one of the skeletons that was on the ground over here. Bring him back. The bones that shatter, it hits one of them. They all kind of skitter across the ground and reanimate. And this skeleton comes back to life. Top of the order.
Top of the order, all I want to say in terms of strategy is try to get them low. I'll try to knock them out if you get them low.
I'm gonna do a level 2 magical missile on the main guy to see if maybe that'll do the trick.
Hold the front line.
I was gonna try to get up there and just start swinging, but I feel like we need to do this quicker because I don't want him to keep healing and reviving others. So I'm gonna try to upcast more and do more damage. Cool. Alright, let's do it.
Alright, Klein, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Wisdom. Oh, right there.
Any intel you wanted to share with us, Juice, at the top of the order?
Yeah, that'll be. Well, as a character or as a player, I'm definitely gonna say like, hey, I'm gonna try to do something to, I guess, negotiate with him.
Oh, okay.
You take 12 stress. Klein, you save.
I thought that was about to be 25 damage. I was like,
Yeah, I
holy
was like-
shit.
Barely.
I'm dead.
You take half stress, but you do not feel frightened.
Cool. This is good.
You do see yourself, but you recognize it as an illusion.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Seeing how he's healing himself or, resurrecting others, I'm gonna upcast Magic Missile to try to throw in as much damage as possible to him. So, my fist glows white and I shoot out 4 magic missiles. Dude.
This wizard's about to learn.
He will use his reaction to shield that.
Shield fully negates magic missile.
Alright, cool.
I know you burned a 2nd level spell slot, but he does use his shield to negate that. So for the rest of this turn, his reaction gives him +5.
Gotcha.
Burn a spell slot. Go.
I say that
bonus.
very calmly because I know as it sucks when that happens.
Oh, you're fine.
as a wizard.
I don't mind it. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
Bonus action.
He'll get his.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Bonus action, what now?
Thinking. No, I'll keep it as is. I'm good.
Okay. The skeleton, kind of sidestepping his ally here, targets Vale. fires his elven bow, elven short bow,
Hmm.
which does hit and does 7 piercing damage. Vale. Oh well, okay. I got 2 turns mixed up. The guy that was supposed to go, which that'll still count because the skeleton's right after him. I made the mistake. The one next to Dallin was supposed to swing at
This
him,
one?
which
Yeah.
will be disadvantage. I finally remembered, which misses with 17, just barely, I
barely.
assume. Yeah.
It's still coming club.
And then that arrow hits Vale and Judas. Your turn.
Okay.
1 sec, sorry.
Concentration.
Oh yeah.
After
make your
all the
concentration
chaos of
saving
everything kind of happening so fast and
throw. That does succeed. 7 plus 8, 15. You make it, break it.
It's 7 plus 8.
Hell
It
yeah.
should just be DC 10 unless they go over 20 damage, right? It's DC 10,
I'm
and if it goes
doing
over 20, it's,
spellcasting.
it's half the damage of if they go over 20.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. I did 8 plus the damage, which is not how that's done. That's spellcasting. Something else. Okay. So many different spells. All right. So yeah, you're still good though. Sorry.
Cool.
Go ahead, Judas.
we're good.
It's so nice having another DM in the game. Fuck.
I got you. You did the same for
I
me,
would-
man.
What you doing, Judas?
Kind of having that realization of like, oh hey, wait, they said allies of Strahd or whatever the actual whisper was.
It did happen really fast. I will say it again for you.
Yeah.
You obviously remembered it just happened. Death to the followers of Strahd.
Kind of announced to the group, hey, I think this leader guy thinks that we're with Strahd, or that we serve him. And I yell at us like, Mr. Staffman, like, we are not your enemy. We hate Strahd too. Please, we will put down our weapons if you do.
Wait, so let me look at something. You're half.
Yeah, and
Give
I
me-
guess in Elvish, that was going to be my thank you. That was the
That
other
might
me
be
a
a little
history
birdie.
check. Give me a
Yeah.
history check.
history
While
check.
you're doing this, yes.
That's not good.
So there's no persuading him, but there is something to figure out here, and you're working on it.
Okay. There was no reaction to him saying that, even in
Nothing.
Elvish.
They're not even
was
not
what
even a
would
little
be-
bit.
Okay.
But there is a mechanic that you hearing what he said, and then trying to communicate that you're working on.
Okay. That's not my action, correct?
Nope, that's your free action. So go ahead. And,
Okay. Noticing that he's not really making any sort of reaction to me or anything, I'm still gonna continue to attack him. But in this moment, then I'll pull another card out, and it is the High Priestess toward him, which is Tasha's Mind Whip.
Okay.
Did you rename your spells?
Yeah.
Nice.
So he fails. So he took the full brunt of that. Damage
Yeah,
is
and
automatically
so-
applied.
In addition, his next turn, he must choose whether he does move, an action, or a bonus action. He only gets one.
Okay, so you can't move, but choose between action or bonus. Or,
Yes.
Okay.
Action, bonus, or move.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Anything else?
That is it.
Okay. Move to the skeleton that's down by Kalain. He targets you, Kalain. Just trying to a flurry of blows, but not a flurry of blows.
Whoa, PTSD for the monk.
Oh,
Was it a hand of
Another-
harm?
Damn, another one?
another critical. Can you believe it? That's 6 damage to you, Kalain. He gets a really good right hook on your jaw on that one. Dallin.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the key could be to figuring all this out. But Knowing that I'm doing more damage to the skeletons, I'm gonna swing at the skeleton with my warhammer.
Go ahead, do so. Oh man.
And that's not going to hit. That's all good. And then I was thinking about a bonus action here. Take the attack action. So, no, never mind. Never mind. I keep thinking about shoving, but no, I want to keep them on me, so I'm gonna hang tight. I'll chill here unless I have a cool spell prepared. I'm good.
Okay. Archer sees an open target, which would be Kalain. Lines up his elven bow. Fires an arrow.
That's what I should.
Misses badly. Moving on to this zombie, he actually reaches Alan.
What up?
Comes slamming in at full speed, uses his whole body, and fucking misses completely.
He still is on disadvantage too, right?
Don't even,
Yeah.
I always
I
forget
know,
the roll,
I know,
but
just-
this one stands up using half his movement, moves 5, 10, re-engages Kalain here. Goes to slam with his limp limbs. What is this? 19, make it, break it. You want a shield?
Meets it. Can't. No. I will not
Okay.
shield.
Max damage. No. Practically 6
Yeah,
of the
pretty
possible
close.
7.
Yeah.
So 6 bludgeoning damage. He kind of crashes you. After you got socked in the jaw, recovering another left blow this time. Socks you in the jaw. Urva Wormheart.
I'm gonna need some help there.
He's gonna stay where Dallin is, kind of just clutching there. I think that's a good spot for him still.
A spectator of combat sports. Ketham.
I'm going to shift my focus to the archer that's next to the guy.
Okay. That is half cover. Not for you. I gotta work myself through it.
Yeah, it's cool.
That is half cover for the rest of the party.
Take jab.
I'm gonna shoot him without without fighting spirit, and I am gonna use sharpshooter.
Okay.
Ballsy.
What was that again? -4? It's a crit anyways.
Damn.
Yeah.
Only a
So go ahead
22.
and do critical damage.
Critical damage plus 10.
Oh my god, plus the 10.
26.
Damn, I should have shot the fucking necromancer.
You could have done, dude.
Dang, dude.
And I'm just
What's
gonna
fun?
yell as I kill him. You're making a mockery of that weapon. And then I'm gonna kind of shift my focus back to the.
Dang. Cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay. So there's zombie come. 5, 10, 20. Shambles over the wall and falls prone. Fail.
We're getting into a bit of an undead mosh pit here. I'm gonna take one quick little step back, grab that spell focus, and close my eyes. And this like smoky kind of weird shit starts coming from my eyes. And Urva's gonna come over the back of Dallin with his tail and shoot an eldritch blast out of it at a zombie close by.
So I think you can only cast touch spells through him, or is that different for?
No, he's straight up. I can cast spells through him
Okay.
from his location.
With that chain of the.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
And I'll hit the guy kind of just to the left diagonal of Dallin right there.
Yeah, go ahead and target him and do your thing. It's gonna use all your same skills, so that's fine.
Ouch. Oh, never mind. That looked like a 1 on my end.
Are you targeting the right thing? It says you're targeting a zombie.
Yeah, that's what I'm targeting.
The one-
left
the one
and
here,
diagonal,
right?
Oh,
Left
that one.
diagonal of Dallin, yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, yeah, that absolutely hits.
6 damage and
6
shoot him 10
damage.
feet back. From the dragon.
From
Not
the dragon, so this way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he catches a corner of that wall as again, or no, different one this time, but still, he goes prone.
I just imagine, like, you know, like a biker hits a rock and he just goes like flying over the handlebar. That's just what I imagine.
Anything else, Dale?
No. Oh wait, hold on. Yes. I'm gonna bonus action. Sorry, doesn't find it. On Kalane. A little bit of starry energy comes out, and it's gonna heal him. Get 3.
It's not bad.
You get 13?
Free healing.
13. You wish.
Okay. Moving on to the recently risen skeleton. He steps forward towards you, Ketham. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. He's not supposed to have a sword. I will use another one for now.
Oh.
Oh, the sword got blasted. Misses. Zombie by directly in front of you, Dallin. Swings at you with disadvantage.
Bring it.
Nine absolutely misses. This time, Irina, not afraid, kind of pulls out her what'd she have again? A rapier.
Rapier.
And she moves forward and actually uses the help action for Kalane and tries to distract the skeleton. So if you attack this skeleton, you will have advantage.
Nice.
The decayed necromancer. He raises his staff once more. 2 bolts head out amongst your party. One heads to an undead. Initially, one of them heads directly towards Vale at random. Missing. Second one towards Judas.
Nope.
Landing.
Yeah, it does.
Dealing
2 damage.
2 damage. And the last one going into the skeletal archer next to him. Raising it from the dead as he readies his bow once again. Top of the order, discuss. We're
Take
coming close to 9. With one more
Necromancer
turn.
down.
Yeah,
I'm good for another turn.
yeah. It's for
I'm
my
good too.
Mojo Dojo Casa house, Ken.
Won't beat you
Kalane.
up, man.
Give me another wisdom save. You've been selected at random.
Sure.
Good roll.
Dear God. It's a lot of
Stress.
stress. You
Fortunately,
could have been at
saving.
50 stress right now, basically.
Yeah, it's brutal. You still see yourself hobbling around casting spells at you, but you're not fooled. Top of the order, Kalane.
Take that
Okay,
Necromancer down.
before we do we just take down the necromancer, or do we try to also open the book?
We'd open book afterwards, probably.
But what if opening the book stops this?
I'm not.
The book
I'm about to
had
die.
the book had the emblem that we've been seeing, like on the wolf. On it, I don't think the book's anything good, and
Okay.
opening it is probably not going to be anything but proving that we are with Strahd. I would assume. I think us taking it is what caused them to think we're with Strahd.
Right.
Yeah, it does have the emblem. I did think about that bit.
Yeah,
I was also
okay.
thinking about
Fair
opening the book as well.
So don't do that.
Oh, maybe like pulling out the tarot card and showing him that you're the thief or whatever.
You don't have the card.
We don't have the cards.
Oh, I thought you said that we had. Oh, we have them in
yeah.
the journal so we can read them. Never mind.
We just really committed them to memory, is all.
I'm gonna do. I was gonna do. What's it called? Burning Hands on the 3 that were here. But then you push one, like, oh, it's not economical anymore.
Sorry,
But-
my daughter tried to come down the stairs. I said, go back to bed.
Listen,
Alright,
I'm
so
learning my
we're
bluff
playing
limit. I'm not doing another magic missile. But I am gonna do a green flame blade. I'm gonna be targeting this guy with a main attack, and then green flame on this one.
Okay.
Um,
Given the circumstance, how Irina would have tried to move behind him because she's smart, so go ahead and have advantage. The map kind of prevents you
Yeah.
from doing that. Or I'm sorry, it's +2. God, what am I saying?
Well, you said she did the help to give him.
She did help, yeah.
You're right. She
Specifically.
give
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I already forgot that. That does hit, and that will kill. This you
Nice.
slash through the skeleton, and it falls to pieces.
yeah, and then this one right here takes 3 fire damage.
He is still standing. The flesh burns and sears, and you can smell the burn of rotten flesh.
Bonus action, potion of healing.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I gotta target myself, and then I'm done after this.
Okay, I'll just move on here. Skeleton next to Dallin actually moves forward here and swings at you still, Dallin.
Yep.
Missing completely. Don't even need disadvantage. I forgot it again, but it doesn't matter.
There, yeah.
Skeleton Archer lines up again on Vale, takes a shot. Striking true and
Yes.
hitting for 3 piercing. To you, Vale.
These skeletons are like Shamir's fucking skeletons.
Good con. Barely.
Good con. Make it break it. Don't forget the damage. Moving to Judas.
Just bring him down.
Yes. I mean, unless you know something else, use the rope of climbing like a lasso and put the gallows back on him.
Vale, you should have more damage. They hit you last time too. Remember, you already made a con saving throw once.
They hit for like 7 or something, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a pretty good hit. If you guys want me to turn on automatic damage for players, I can. I just figured you guys would want to do it yourselves.
I don't mind doing it. So,
I'm fine doing it.
Yeah, it was 7.
yeah.
Just gonna, still holding the High Priestess card, just kind of point it at him and just cast it again. Right now.
Okay.
That's a better roll. Oh yeah.
And he fails. Taking the full damage, you kind of just see a bit of his skull kind of explode out from the brain. Blood and pieces of brain. Anything else?
That's gonna be it.
Moving to Dallin.
I haven't really. I mean, I'll just try to, not really knowing what to do. Can I do as a free action to kind of call out in Elvish, because I do speak Elvish, to the necromancer? We have foes of Strahd. Stop this
Did you tell
assault!
him what they said?
What's that? Oh, I thought Judas did. Yeah, Judas said
I'm
he
just
yelled
asking.
out.
Judas did?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
Judas
did
said
not
I-
this round. I just went full on into still trying to just torture his mind.
I thought you said you. Well, last round you yelled out and told us though what the guy whispered, right? I thought you did.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yes. I thought you were
So he
talking
did
about
tell
my
you.
last round. Yeah. No, I announced it to the group.
Okay,
and then
give
tried
me
to
a
leave
history
the
check,
room.
Dallin, since you speak Elvish.
Okay, cool. I have proficiency. Look at that.
Oh, then give me
Proficiency doesn't matter.
advantage then if you have proficiency, because this is
okay.
this is one of those things, especially with all the Elvish that you speak. You recognize that the there's wordplay involved with these Elvish words. It's a rhyme, whereas like it's a child song. The way that the words are said that it makes up a rhyme, and there's a response to this rhyme from a childhood game, an Elvish childhood game, to which you know the response.
Oh.
Where it is what sounds to be death to the followers of Strahd. Where is that? There's a thing for it. Give me a sec. To the same tune with the same words rhyming, you can say, not I, for you, brother, not I.
In Elvish, not I, for you, brother, not I.
Mm-hmm.
I will yell that aloud in Elvish to the necromancer.
Immediately, all the skeletons, the zombies, and everybody but the necromancer fall to the floor.
Okay.
And the necromancer himself, his staff, kind of materializes away, kind of like fades away, kind of shatters into dust as it blows into the wind. And he puts his hand across his chest and nods, and he himself fades the same as the staff.
Do the other weapons fade away?
What other weapons? Oh, the bows?
Maybe the bows.
I'll tell you right, there's nothing special about those other than they are rusty, elven, and make, not magical.
-2.
Fuck. What is this? Oh, XP. Very nice. But it's actually more than that. So this actually auto applies,
Oh, let's go.
and everybody gets 240 XP.
Hey,
Maybe we just have to hit the
Nice.
add down there. Looks like.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Very nice. I like that.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is cool.
And they all fade away, and that brings us out of the combat.
Okay. God, that advantage saved my ass on that one.
yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned proficiency, because I do have things in
I do.
there. Let me know when you guys have proficiency, because I
will mention
can't
that.
remember.
That kind of
Proficiency in
fight
history.
is what I built my character around.
I was about to start giving out some supporty paladin spells to you boys getting smacked in the back over there. I should have.
Would have been okay.
I'd show
Uh,
the
Say
faith
don't
as a bonus action.
overestimate your enemies. These things were pretty weak, minus the necromancer. Obviously, he's going to keep them engaged, but very well done.
Not when they get you with 2 nat 20s, alright? I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was the luckiest skill he ever.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was just that was Mike
He
Tyson's
was a boxer in
corpse.
his past life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a tavern brawler
Before
monk.
we end tonight, you guys have a book, you have a scroll, and you have a key, and that book is locked. Is there anything you guys are trying to do, or do you want to stop here and move on to next week?
I feel
I
like
would want to
stop
open
here.
the scroll.
Oh, yeah, that works
Okay.
too.
I'm.
Depends on if y'all keep going. I know Austin usually has a hard cut.
That's
My wife is not here tonight. I'm good.
all right.
How do you guys
Amy, if
feel
you're
about,
watching this video on YouTube, you didn't hear that.
how do you guys feel about another 30 minutes?
I'm cool
do
with
that.
it.
Good with it?
Especially because I want to open this book.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool
Well,
with it too.
This is a great time for this. I had a mechanic I wanted to save it for the end of a session. I wasn't sure if you guys were going to get. I didn't want you guys to be guessing at this in the middle of the session. But opening this scroll, I have a lot of stuff for this. This is really cool. I'm really excited.
It's good
Oh, he's
things,
gonna kill
boys.
us.
Good things. Yeah, or are we?
No,
I don't know.
kill us.
Maybe.
Give me literally 30 seconds here.
1, 2, 3.
Count.
Oh gosh.
Muted.
I shoot Boris.
Just straight up. He chose violence.
This is the book.
Ooh.
So this is all. This will be in the Terra. Anything involving your card reading is going to be in the Taraka card journal.
You're right about the rocket card. Let's go.
Yeah.
You found this book. The scroll you open is this.
Oh.
And upon, I assume you're entering the key into the lock.
Mm-mm.
It
I will
Yeah, we
do
are.
that.
Now we do.
I'll have
Putting the
Kalain do
key
it.
into the lock and turning it does not open the lock, but kind of projecting off of the front of the book, you see these symbols.
Okay.
Does anybody speak Dwarvish?
Price.
Steven?
Oh. Elvish and
Normally, I would.
Dwarvish
But,
letters, and they're probably not real D&D Dwarvish letters, but that's the canon I'm going with. They're Dwarvish
Oh,
letters.
I do speak Dwarvish.
Hey.
What?
They are letters. They are symbols and letters in the language. However, the way that they are written does not spell anything specific. They are just utilized in a way of symbols. This is a puzzle. The book does not open, and what is not written on that paper, I put it in. I forgot to put it on there when I was making it. Written on the paper, it says, "Speak the name of the Forsaken." And what I was going to do was have you identify what kind of Elvish it is, because it was going to be, I don't know how far you guys are going to get, but I want to have this be a riddle you guys might be able to solve throughout the week. It was going to be, it's written by Palad Elves, which are like Moon Elves. That's the dialect you pick up from it. Now, typically you wouldn't be able to read this paper unless you were in Moonlight, but since the combat and everything, all the roleplay kind of prolonged you guys getting to a long rest, I still want to leave us at the end of this session with the puzzle, which is the runes that are on the tome, which is those blue runes, and the guide, that paper, that says, "Speak the name of the Forsaken." And you have all week to try to figure it out.
We put the key in, and that's what made the runes appear on the front, right?
Up here, yeah.
Okay.
And unrolling that scroll, you
Gave
get
us
that paper.
this.
And so
along the
what
top of it,
exactly-
it reads, "Speak the name of the Forsaken."
Oh, okay.
We know it's written by Palad Elves, but it's in Dwarvish.
It's Dwarvish letters,
But it's
which him looking at it doesn't spell anything specifically. It's a bunch of gibberish letters.
Wait, the blue is the gibberish?
Well, I mean, all the way, every combination that you're looking at, the way it's written, think of it as like, just to give you an example, you recognize the letters, but they're written like that.
Like what? Hold on.
In the
Oh,
text.
gotcha.
Yeah, it's not, you don't read any specific word, but there's
Gotcha.
there's a puzzle involved with unlocking this. And it says,
Okay.
"Speak the name of the Forsaken." I'll put that in the channel after we're done.
the guide
Okay.
says "Speak the name of the Forsaken."
The
the
rolled
sheet?
piece of paper, the brown paper.
This sheet that's in front of us says "Speak the name of the Forsaken." Okay.
Where do I find that piece of paper? I closed it while I was moving some stuff around by accident.
It's under journal in your Taraka cards, but I'll put it over there. I'll just show
It's
you.
like under the.
It's on my
thief.
laptop.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
And then the blue is the scramble.
That's the magical lettering that's kind of projected off, like an inch off the front of the cover, kind of in front of you. Yeah, like
Right.
coming
And
off.
the rolled piece of paper says, "Speak the name of the Forsaken."
That's correct.
Do we just want to try speaking Strahd's full name? I mean,
He's not forsaken. He wasn't abandoned.
we don't know what he was.
A bitch.
I mean, yeah.
I'll
Forsaken.
just make sure you guys understand the facts here. This is the Tome of Strahd, is what it's called.
The book.
The book itself is called the Tome of Strahd.
What was Strahd's not wife, but like infatuation?
Tatiana? I'll say
Just whisper
the
it.
name Tatiana to the book. Whisper it to the book.
Name does not have any effect.
Well, I'm all out of ideas.
No, I should probably just try Strahd. I do agree. Doesn't have.
That also does not have an effect.
How do you spell Tatiana?
Tatyana.
Tatyana. Oh, okay.
I believe.
I think that's the spelling that we have. Oh,
Dallin told you.
Tatayana.
Tatiana.
Adams.
So, do you want us to try and figure this out over the week? Did you have something else during this 30 minutes, or are you just kind of giving us some time to...
That's up to you guys.
Mull it
You guys
over.
can.
I didn't know if you
try
had
to.
more you wanted to move on to before we call it.
No, this is your guys' game.
okay,
You guys,
okay.
if you wanted to try to solve it now, that's fine. Or travel, completely up to you guys.
How do you spell Strahd? Is it Strahd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not making any sense of this
What's
myself right
what's
now.
the literal definition of Forsaken? That's what I'm looking up.
I'll give you guys a hint. This is a lot easier with a pen and paper.
Mm-hmm. Abandoned or deserted.
This isn't a puzzle that I originally came up with. It's a puzzle I once upon a time had to solve, and I did figure it out. So it's completely. You guys are. You got it. You got it. The only reason I give you that clue is because once I started using pencil and paper, it became a lot easier.
I'm gonna touch the blue because they're projected out from the book, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna try to touch one of the runes.
It turns a bright red.
I'm gonna touch the same one again.
Turns back blue.
Okay.
So
it's an order. It's like a how would you say a ye old password or PIN number.
Ye old password.
Is this like medieval captcha?
Are you undead? Please select all things that are the Forsaken.
How many of these runes identify as a gallow?
Hell.
I'm gonna touch
Oh.
the three down the middle, top, middle, bottom, because that matches up to the three on the bottom of the runic page. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
In your motion to touch all three, you hit one of them, and you go to pull up and push down, but it holds your finger in place, and as you slide down, the middle one, you're talking about the middle row? Or middle column?
From top to bottom down the middle column.
It doesn't let go of your finger, you slide down, they 1, 2, 3 turn red, and your finger's held in place.
Oh.
You can still kind of try to double tap and hit the other one like your buddy over here did. But it gave you an inclination that you need to slide, not just.
Oh, it's an android.
Yeah, it's a slide unlock. Okay.
Quick, just from top left, top right, bottom right.
They turned yeah, right. They turned red as I went, and they're staying red as my finger is on it.
Yeah, as you went 1, 2, 3, slid, and you stopped.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull my finger off. What happens?
Well, you push it again. That last one, it all turns blue and lets go of your finger.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
And my understanding is that because Judas could read Dwarvish, we know that the scroll, like the brown piece of paper, straight up just says that, or it's jumbled too.
All the stuff you're seeing is just runic. It's runic letters to you. To him, he sees like specific letters in the Dwarven language. It spells nothing. It's just used as symbols. It seems.
Sorry, but okay, I'm asking about the paper though. how do we know what the paper says then?
The paper doesn't. The only at the top of the paper it reads the Forsaken thing. Where
Speak
was
the
that?
name of the Forsaken.
Speak the name of the Forsaken, but all the rest of it is like lines of dwarves
Gibberish.
letters like this.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. I thought that said "Speak the name of the Forsaken."
Yeah,
Okay, I
that's
see.
the way you described it. That's what
I
I
see.
thought too. I was trying to make sense of
so
it.
that's what I tried to like touch on because I didn't make the paper right. So all that stuff's written there at the very top, not on the image, is written. You don't see it on the image, but it's there. Speak the name of the Forsaken. I forgot to put that in there. And after photoshopping and lassoing and magic wanding those letters onto that paper, I was like, fuck it, I'll just tell them. I'm not too great at Photoshop, but we're getting there.
No worries, no worries.
I don't know if anybody noticed my landing, but it's fine.
I'm like running my finger down the thing.
I will say that there may be people in the future that might be able to help you guys. So don't think like this is like you cannot move past, you cannot continue. So if you guys want to solve it, do what you want. Your party.
I think I may have gotten it.
Oh.
So if you trace, so like the first line is like the E with the dot.
Yeah.
So you start there, and then you follow the pattern, and it creates an S. The second line, you follow the pattern, it creates an E, then an R, then a G, then an E, then an I. So is it Sergei?
The latch shatters.
Nice.
Dog.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wait, what?
I was God damn it.
It's those escape rooms.
Wait, hold on. So what? What did you do
Okay.
exactly?
So like the first line, you go to the top right.
Yeah.
And then you just follow the path of each one and you connect the dots and it's a S. The second line, you start at the N, you go to the, and like you follow it and it gets an E, and then you do that for each one, it spells out a name.
Oh shit. Okay.
So
I don't think I understood that, but okay.
Yeah, no.
long explanation here. Do you guys want me to read it to you?
Wait, hold up.
As
Let's
he
try to figure out
opens
what
this-
Austin said.
No, that I was
Okay,
like,
so,
I
like-
was this close behind you, buddy. God.
Here, I
Fuck you.
can
Very
share
well
my
done,
screen
man.
real quick.
Very
Yeah.
well done.
Promise
so
I didn't look that
the
shit
way
up.
it's written, each line is a letter. So if you follow those symbols and you trace on the blue letters, the way that each one of those letters is written, you'll draw out a letter. So the very first one, if you trace out that first row, it draws an S.
Yeah,
If you
it
trace out
goes.
the second row, draws out an E, and it spells Sergei. He said Sergei, and immediately the lock shattered, the key vanished, the book opened.
I guess I don't understand following the line to make an S. That's where I'm lost.
Here, let me see if I can go live.
This will make
So
sense.
like this right here starts at E, so then you follow the next one to here, next symbol's here, next symbol's here, next symbol's here, and that
Think of
spells
it-
out a S.
Yeah, think of it as like a.
So
Oh.
this
keypad,
whole
but you're
entire
writing.
line, you follow it and it becomes a S, and then this one
Oh.
you follow it and it
drawing the
becomes an
letters.
E,
I see. Yeah.
and then
Okay,
this
okay.
one is a G. And
Oh,
this
okay.
one-
I get it now too.
That
So you-
makes sense now.
You immediately said it. You didn't have to
That's
you
cool.
didn't describe it. So you immediately said the word and open. But as you're kind of figuring this out, and you're drawing your finger through it. Each time you draw the correct symbol, as the letters turn red, as you draw through it, the dwarvish translation, the symbol for S, or that sound of S, it appears above each time you draw this in it. Sergei, Sergei. And you see this, I imagine Mr. Dwarf Speaker over there, maybe he was the one to say it because he recognizes the letters, and immediately the lock shatters, just kind of opens, the key shatters into pieces, and the tome opens.
Nice work.
Hell yeah.
So
Good job, guys.
immediately, I'm gonna read this to you guys because I know it's kind of hard to read, but I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and I was just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. Old goodness slept from my life. I found my youth, my strength gone. And all I had left was my impending death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just god, but with none of a god's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones. I brought them here to settle in my new castle, newly fashioned Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful, and I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above them all the others. A rare beauty, who was called perfection, joy, treasure, pet names. Her real name, Tatiana. I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all of my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy, but she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder, even brother. Her heart, the moment she laid eyes upon him, went to Sergei, and they betrothed, and their date was set. With words she called me brother. When I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the age that she saw in me. She loved her youth, and she enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in her turned from me, and so I came to hate my death. To hate death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. So I sought out death, made a pact with it, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. And in doing so, my pact was sealed in his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden, east of the chapel. She fled from me, terrified. She would not let me explain, and in a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact that I made for her. I pursued her, and finally, in despair, she would still not have me, and flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft. And I watched everything I had ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guard pierced me to my soul, but I did not die. Nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire, or some others say vampire, is my new name. For I am the first, and the mighty. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I may fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, I find, though it holds me from moving for a time. But the sword... money change. But the bow. That cursed bow that Sergei brought. I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me again and again with each life that she overtakes. But will it take to bend her love? What will it take to bend her love to me now? I now reside alone, surrounded but alone, far below Ravenloft. I live among my dead, and sleep beneath the very stone of the hollow castle of despair for which I built. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs, that none may disturb me, so I wish. I will torture those that I see fit. I will consume those I see fit. Forever my kingdom, my plane. And I will trap as many souls in here with me as I wish.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Oh.
He's just a jealous guy then.
I'm surprised you figured that out so fast. Good job, Catherine.
That was really good, dude.
That was
Yeah,
that was
dude.
really
Have an inspiration,
fast.
man.
Damn.
I'm taking inspiration for that.
It was all those escape rooms I've been doing.
Awesome.
That's good stuff.
One thing I picked up on early on in it, what did he call himself? He is the ancient, he is the land.
I am the ancient, I am the land.
Yeah. Well, the chanting in the bottom of the Durst Manor
I was
was
just thinking
that.
about that as well.
So maybe he's also kind of worshipped in some weird way as well by other groups. There's something else to
I'm
do with
sure.
it that we
I'm
don't
sure
know.
he is. Yeah. Honestly, big thing I picked up on is he hates a certain bow that his brother had. And I believe that is an item spoken about in one of the Taraka cards.
Yeah, that was
And it's
my
actually
card.
on that tomb or marker that we found on the road here as well. Some guy had a big bow.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That was the bow that dealt with
that was Sergei on the tomb. On the
Potentially.
thingy. It was
Yeah.
probably Sergei and Strahd.
Argynvost.
I mean, yeah,
Oh.
Argynvost.
Or Argynvost is the dragon guy that
That's
was
where
part of
we
my
think
card
the
as
bow
well.
is. Yeah. Okay.
A bow, you say?
I kind of
Yeah,
gave
we
it
all
away.
know.
It's supposed to be a sword, but it has so much to do with your backstory. I made it a bow. Same.
So don't die. You throw off the whole campaign.
Then it's useless.
Yeah.
Or is it like one of those things that makes itself, whatever
Whatever it
shape
needs
it
to
needs
be
to
at
be.
the time.
Did it say that Strahd doesn't
Go with
live
that.
in Ravenloft, but below it with the dead? Is that what it said?
Like how it said that he's surrounded, or he's all by himself, but at the same time surrounded.
hmm
Ooh.
And yeah, he said he sleeps way down below, so we know where he rests. Put a wooden stake through his heart where he rests.
Yeah.
Well, didn't it say that just stops him though?
He did mention that it only stops him from moving for a time.
Well, I mean that's
Doesn't-
the same. That's the same with Callista, because it only does vampire spawn. You have to find where they rest and put a stake through their
Mhm.
heart.
Hey Hunter, so your card deals with like a tree.
Yeah.
I was looking through the handouts that we have, and we have a handout of a drawing from Jenny's diary of a
Druid tree.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
a good
she
one.
was seeking out. She was seeking out Madame Ava to find the tree to find a holy symbol. That was her quest, but now that she's dead, I'm taking it on essentially. So yeah, that's
Part
what
of-
we're looking for.
Part of the canon of this book that the module doesn't mention anything of, but completely ties it in the way it should. There's definitely a section of why this book is among these dead in particular. And there's a
Just
specific
wondering about that.
telling by those who stole this book and the key and the scroll. The elves of this land stole all three. It doesn't quite go into why the elves were specifically against Strahd, but it says that they were. And fearful of being found with the book and incurring Strahd's wrath, they decided to hide it. They themselves were unable to solve the combination in the first place. But they were fearful of Strahd finding them with it, because he knew it was taken. They mention a organization called the Keepers of the Feather, aiding them in hiding the book.
And kind of where was this all mentioned? Is it like
In the book, and like
It's in
not
the book,
like
okay.
part of the book, but it's like a slip of paper that was in the
Okay.
book. I put that in there because for whatever reason it did not elaborate on why. So this is why.
You guys think the crows are part of
Completely canon to the lore of the game.
the Keepers of the Feather crow?
Keepers of the Feather? You said.
Yes.
That was the
Or is
group-
that the?
That wasn't the elves themselves. That was a group that helped the elves
Help the elves
hide this, right?
to hide it, correct.
Okay.
You said these
and
were moon elves?
Moon, or what most people would call pallid. That's pallid elves.
They're
Just
pale.
type it in. Very pale, actually. Yeah. I think I mentioned it, but just to make sure we're on the same page, that the book is in impeccable condition. It is not worn in any way, shape, or form, as if some sort of magical protection keeps it from aging or deteriorating or decaying. The hint of abjuration magic. To which the riddle I was going to give you guys, if this took too long, but I wanted you to have the riddle immediately before this session ended, was during the last light of the day, speak the name of the Forsaken. To which, what's the last light of the day? It is not the sun, it is the moon. They are moon elves. They wrote in Elvish, but Pallid Elvish. Those runes on that paper would not have revealed themselves except by moonlight.
Mm,
And you do recognize all these, skeletons and zombies are elves in nature. Especially the zombies you pick up on elvish ears. The skeletal structure is a bit different from humans. They are elvish corpses, all of them. And there is a mention in the book of a culling of the elves.
do you guys think we should keep this stuff or
Oh yeah.
put it
Yeah.
back?
No, we should totally keep
Oh,
it.
keep it for sure. We are already a massive target. What's going to make that worse?
There's a tracker on one of them, isn't there?
If
tracker
it
on
was
what?
if Strahd was tracking it, he would have just come and got it.
Yeah, why
Like
would
a
we leave
layer
it?
tag on the end.
There's magic on it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it's
on the
and-
sheet of paper itself. That is definitely something that whoever hid it had. The piece of paper is written by not Strahd. It's written by them. They figured out the.
Yeah, so maybe Keepers of the Feather might know that it's on the move, potentially. That might be what that's alluding to.
Yeah.
Potentially is like, it's moving, we might run into them because they're going to come track us down and be like, you're not Strahd, why do you have the book? How'd you find this? Type thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Mhm.
That's what I'm kind of guessing, but
Yeah, I
and,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call it there, but you guys keep discussing as long as you want.
Hell yeah.
I think that's a great spot to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Write all that down.
That was a lot of fun, boys.
That was good.
That
was
was-
awesome.
I hope so. A lot of times I feel like it's a lot to keep track of, and there's a lot of moving parts, and I hope you guys are having a good time still.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
A lot of moving parts, but it all still feels like fairly smooth in terms of
Mhm.
just this crew and everything. I think we're all pretty used to this by now.
I'm very happy you guys like that. Ketham solved that immediately. That was
Yeah,
cool.
dude, like,
That was
fuck.
mean.
I was looking forward to like a message in the chat, like on like a fucking Monday, like figure it out. But immediately catching, I was like, all right, cool. We can talk about it now, and I'll read it now. That's awesome.
Well, whenever you were like write it down on paper, I went and got some paper and I started kind of like following it, and I was like,
Yeah.
hold on a second.
I got stuck on this too, and then I'm like, look, let's just get a pen and paper. We'll figure this out. And like 5 minutes later, I was like, I got it.
Yeah, I'm like over here like tracing my finger on the screen.
I was first thinking it was like gonna be the name of somebody, and then we had to match the letters. Like it was supposed to be 9 letters, and then it was gonna spell something out, and that took me nowhere.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like Forsaken, but there's.
But you understand
think-
the Forsaken part now, yeah?
Yeah.
His brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the thief card is because all of this was stolen from Strahd. That's kind of why the Taraka card is a thief, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Everything just. I can see like
Oh, it
Charlie
comes
from
together.
Always Sunny with the It's all coming together.
Not only are all of these people real,
Yo,
we've been asking about the mail for weeks.
Oh man, I'm so sad that I freaking blew my load on a archer that just got fucking re-upped the very next turn.
Hey man.
Yeah, he
Welcome to
has he has 9 health, by the way, just to put salt in your wound.
It could be worse, Austin. You could be like consistently trying to beat up one zombie and it keeps like saving on its con save.
That was the thing.
Like
when
4 times
Yeah.
in a row.
campaign,
These
That-
zombies don't have that, and practically all of these enemies, minus the Necromancer, have less than 15 health.
Yeah.
They don't have it?
No.
Oh, why do I have fucking spiritual fire then?
these specifically didn't. Others might.
Because
Yeah, that's true enough.
I change all my monsters to a point where it doesn't raise their CR and lower it. I like throwing curveballs.
Fair enough.
So keep an eye out for a giant creepy tree to the northwest somewhere, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
And a guy with a
That
monkey.
narrows it down when you're in the southeast, isn't it?
And a dragon.
What else can a raven do? That way.
I wanted to. No. I mean, hey, that's what I was trying to get right. I wanted to ask
I
one
know,
more
I know.
question. So if he comes up again, I have a question for him because I'm going to try and.
There was a
Gauge how
mechanic
far.
involved. He didn't just leave because Judas spoke to him. I know they've been leaving a lot, but most of the time, Judas, when you would speak to them, you would start talking to them and not ask them a question that was a yes or no question. They would bounce.
Fair enough.
Especially after the card reading, they've been watching. Yes or no question. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but I immediately jumped and I was like, finally, yes, he nods.
Yeah, I want to try
Well
and gauge
done.
how far away this tree is. So I have some questions if we run into a bird again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna ask him like, hey, is it near?
I want to be like, is it within 5 miles? Yes or no? Is it within
could be
10
like-
miles?
Or you can say, is it near Valaki, or is it near? What's the map?
But it could be anywhere. It's all the way
Lake
to the
Baratok?
top northwest corner of the map.
Yeah, Lake Baratok or Kresk or something.
In the last whatchamacallit, shit, what's it called? The last session, did you tell me the location of where Argynvost was? Or the general location? Didn't you say it was like south of Valaki?
He said it was along the Luna River.
Oh, along the Luna River.
I
Okay.
shouldn't even tell you that because you're supposed to keep notes.
Ooh.
Write it down.
I for a moment forgot that I don't answer questions, and I answered a question. I shouldn't have done that, but I will not answer questions like that. Except for like mechanical stuff. You guys want to know about like some fight? If it's not like super like ruiny, like ruin the moment stuff, I'll tell you some stuff just for the fight mechanics stuff. But as far as like communicating, getting information, I pretty much made a pact with myself not to help you guys. I'll remind you of the stuff that you have, because I know that this can be a lot. But if you ask me, hey, what did that one person say 2 sessions ago or a session ago, I won't tell you.
Note for something that whenever we do get to another Raven, if we get to another Raven, remind me to ask about the Amber Tower or the Amber Temple. If I
What
don't.
kind of a yes or no question are you going to ask it about the Ember Temple?
Do you know about
Is
it?
is the Amber Temple real? Is it near?
The reason I was asking the Ravens is mine specifically alludes to Ravens leading me to my destination.
Yeah.
By the way,
There's a lot of people in this group that have raven things.
Now that I
See which
realize
Raven we run
also,
across, whose Raven it is.
Which is surprising because like a lot of anything dealing with a raven, a lot of you guys came up with on your own, which is like fantastic because there's a lot of stuff for that in this campaign. So well done.
yeah, and I mean the fact that like this place isn't a regular plane of existence, right?